Hey everyone, and welcome to the All Elite Zone podcast on YouTube and Twitch. As you can see, we're here live with the ECW legend Sabu. You guys may know him from ECW to WWE to WCW. He's been everywhere in the wrestling world. We're going to ask him a lot of questions. We'll start off with you, Chris, first, because I know you had a
Thank you,
question
Ryan.
you really wanted to ask him first. Yeah, look. Like, it's a pleasure to have you on here. You're probably our biggest guest star yet on here.
Sweet. I like to hear that. That's always good to hear. Thank you.
You can go, Chris, first.
All right. Well, first things first, though. Sabu, how's everything going?
It's been okay, I guess. I'm still sad about losing my wife, Melissa, but other than that, it's been going okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I have a very important question to ask you. It was back in the December 2006 ECW's revival, December to Dismember, and you were on the card though on the Extreme Elimination Chamber, but technically due to technically you were replaced by Hardcore Bob Holly. Now, the question is, why did you, please no offense, bail out on the Extreme Elimination Chamber?
Okay, just for the record, I didn't bail out. Stephanie McMahon fired me, but didn't tell me that. The deal was they chased me around for a week to cut a promo, and it was a script. It was like a 3-paragraph script. They wanted me to memorize word for word words I wouldn't normally say, let alone try to memorize in a few minutes, and then try to make people believe that I'm saying these things. Anyways, they gave me the script. I read it, and I started laughing. I can't do this with Paul. It was me and Paul Heyman. He goes, just try. And I go, I can't. Even if I could remember these words, I wouldn't say these words. Sabu, my character, wouldn't say these things, And then he goes, just try anyways. I said, how about this? I crumbled it up and threw it down. I go, that's my promo. And I go, how about that? We'll say that I refuse to do a promo like everybody else. I'm being a rebel, and so I refuse to speak on a promo, whatever. And he goes, tell Stephanie that. So Stephanie goes, you ready to do your promo? I go, yeah. So I go, I read it. I think I was reading it. I crumbled up. I go, how's that for your promo? Pointed up and walked away. And I came back. I go, how was that? Oh, good. She goes, try it again. I go, no, I can't. And she goes, why can't you? I said, it's just not me. I disagree with it so much that I can't do it. I can't do it. And she goes, okay, don't worry about it. Then a few days later, it was a Saturday, right before the Sunday. They had me do an angle where I broke my shoulder, and I didn't know what they were doing that for, but I did because I was told. And then the next day they flew me home, which was the day of the pay-per-view. And I was shocked. They took me off the pay-per-view. I said, oh, well, no big deal. They took me off the pay-per-view. But then I see they put me on the cover of the pay-per-view, a cover of the whatever that December pay-per-view video DVD, put me on the cover and didn't mention that I wasn't on it. So a lot of people bought it thinking I pulled the fast one or something. I didn't. They pulled the fast one and they stuck to it. Stephanie McMahon got mad because I wouldn't do her stupid promo, but it wasn't me. Even if I remembered the words they wanted me to remember, I would not have done it. Against my professionalism as being Sabu, I guess, something like that.
Right. All right.
I got questioned about it the other day, and they asked me the same question. Why'd you bail? I go, I didn't bail. It's funny you bring that up because it didn't happen like that. But they didn't even give me an excuse other than I didn't do the promo to be on the pay-per-view. I didn't know I had to do the promo to be on the promo.
Understood. Well,
and the promo, I would have been proud of myself even if I didn't. So
right.
Ridiculous.
All right. Well, in that case, thanks for thanks for straightening it out to me because I watched the pay-per-view and
I probably you bought that thinking I got it, but I guess I owe you one.
Yeah.
You want to go next?
Yeah.
I'm Mr.
Oh. Hello.
Mr. Jacobs, can you hear us?
I don't
well, I guess
he's muted.
Well, I guess I'll go next. Well, my first question is, how did you get into ECW? I mean, that was I want to say your first major promotion, but
But it was my
that's
first major promotion in the United States, that's for sure. And the first promotion that let me do what I wanted to do the way I wanted to do it. First promotion ever let me do that, besides FMW. But first promotion in the States and pretty much the second in the world to let me do what I wanted to do. And I got to change wrestling without trying to. But anyways, what got me into ECW was I was in Japan, boom, boom, boom. And I stopped in Detroit before I came home to wrestle in Detroit. And this referee, Pee Wee John Moore, said, "Hey, why don't you try wrestling for ECW?" I go, "What's that?" He goes, "There's a company Eddie Gilbert runs out in Philadelphia." I go, "Nah, Eddie Gilbert won't like me because we're both short and he don't want somebody shorter than him or as short as him on the show and going over." So I said, "Nah, I'm not even try." And then my friend Dennis Carluzzo called me, who ran NWA New Jersey and was the president of the NWA for a little while. He said, "Call Todd Gordon from ECW. He's a sucker. You can get $500 from him." I said, "All right." So I called him and I said, "Hey, Todd, just said boom, boom, boom." He goes, "Oh, great." He goes, "How much do you want?" And I said, 300 because I was scared to ask for 500. So I said, 300. He goes, "Yeah, sure, you got it." And then I came in, and it happened to be the same day he fired Eddie Gilbert and hired Paul Heyman and hired me the same day. So it was kind of a chance that we were there at the same time.
All right. All right.
Sorry for the answers.
yeah. I know. I don't know if you know who Joey Janela is, but he put a post on Twitter saying that he doesn't believe in wrestlers handshaking anymore. And I know that you responded to that tweet.
I disagree with that. You know, you got to show us a thing of respect, even if you don't mean it. You got to fake it.
Yeah. Like professional wrestling. Well,
you're cutting in and out. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you now.
What I was saying was, like, I'm a professional wrestling, like a referee, and I was always taught. Well, we got Bill in the house.
Uh-oh. Bill's in the house. Okay, you're taught what?
Well, I was saying that I'm a professional wrestling a referee, and I was always taught that always shake everyone's hand before you leave. Well, to shake everyone's hand when you get there, and to shake everyone's hand when you leave, to show your respect to everyone in the locker room. And I mean, a lot of the younger wrestlers now doesn't want to do that anymore. But I feel like that it's a show of respect to the wrestling business and to everyone on the card. But I saw your reply to that tweet.
Yeah, for the older guy to respect that young guy, he has to shake his hand. He's got to earn that respect. And part of earning that respect is by being humble and offering your hand.
Yeah.
I usually come in the dressing room. I walk in the middle of the dressing room, put my bag down, and go to each and every guy, shake their hand, boom, 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 and then sit down at my bag and start getting dressed. I'll do that first before almost every single show. Even if I don't want to do it, I do it. Even if I don't like the guys, I'll do it.
Yeah. Well, Bill, it's very great to have you on here. I know you're part of the TNI podcast, but if you want to ask the question, you're more than welcome to ask your question now.
Oh, no. Yeah, I go way back with you, Sad Bill. I was there for your debut in ECW when I used to go down there to the old arena, and I guess what really got you over with that crowd early on was when you would do the spots on the table where you would moonsault to the table after the matches. I just wonder what made you think to do that? Just like what started that? And I know that kind of became the tradition there for a while.
Yeah, well, one day me and my uncle wrestled in Japan as a tag team, and I got beat. And he didn't like to finish, but I had to do what I was told. So I got beat, and after the match, he's kind of trying to punish me. He goes, "Get back in the ring and get your heat back." I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Think of something." I go, "How about I moonsault a table?" He goes, "What's that?" I go, "I'll show you." I threw the table in the ring and I moonsault the crash, and I did it as a form of punishment. Then I did it as a form of celebration too. Then I got to be 2 feet up. I couldn't do it no more. I paid for it in the end, that's for sure. But I used to do it because my uncle sometimes after the match would hit me with the umbrella or slap me around if I lost or even if I won. He always punished me even if I won. We're celebrating and punished me. So as a form of punishment, I would break the table or move on the table, or a form of celebration, I would do the same. Like Hogan flexing and doing his thing, I would take a table.
Yeah. Well, that was a very like I remember watching WCW and seeing that like you would just after the match you would destroy everyone with the table. Not something that I really liked that you did.
Oh, right on.
Like Aiden, I know you just came in.
What? Am I human?
Am I lagging real quick? Okay. Well, I just wanted to ask real quick. Who are a few of your like favorite people to work with, either like backstage or like in the ring?
Well, backstage is different than working with. Backstage I hang out with guys even if I don't wrestle them, I hang out with them. And usually, only time I hang out with the guy I'm wrestling is if I'm wrestling him. Unless he's like one of the guys I hang out with, like Sandman or Van Dam. I talk to those guys anyways. But if I was wrestling, say, I don't know, Owen Hart, I would only talk to Owen Hart if I was wrestling him. Probably just say hello and goodbye in the dressing room. People like I probably wouldn't buddy up with him and stuff. Boom. Anyways, what was the question?
I was wondering, like, who are the like people you've enjoyed like working with in the ring the best?
Well, of course Van Dam, but that'd be cheating because I trained him and we hung out together all the time. We're still pretty close, best friends. So that'd be cheating to say him. But I liked working with Scorpio, Sandman. A lot of guys. Even Stevie Smith, I liked working with him. Even the Blue Meanie.
Yeah, like I used to always like your work with Rob Van Dam and Sandman, and just to name a few. But my favorite was probably RVD. I like your matches in I like Impact when you came back your last run in Impact. Your matches.
Well, I thought my favorite matches in ECW was the very first one I had with Taz because that was the Rawest. That was when he was the Tazmaniac, and that was the Rawest. So that's like my favorite match in ECW. And he's probably my favorite rivalry, besides Van Dam. I keep saying Van Dam, but that's cheating. Like I said, I trained him, so I really can't say he's my favorite. That would be cheating.
Yeah.
He is my favorite.
Well, my next question is, how did you meet Melissa Coates in the wrestling business? Because I know she was your manager there for a long time.
Yeah.
But how did you get to meet her?
Well, about 20 years ago, I met her in LA for XPW. We got stuck in the same hotel room, and she slept in the bed, and I slept on the couch. I slept in a chair, and boom, 15 years later, these guys were picking on her, bullying her on the internet, saying that she was a slut and stuff, and that she had sex with me, and which wasn't true. I was married at the time, and it wasn't true. So she called me and said, "Hey, these guys are bullying me. Could you tell them to stop?" I said, "Just don't worry about it." She goes, "No, but they won't stop. And it's not true what they're saying. They're saying this and that. And it's not true." I said, "Of course it's not true." So I said, call them and say, "Hey, leave her alone." And they did. And then we've been friends ever since. That was about 7 years ago.
Wow.
But I met her about 20 years ago. And she's my favorite person in the world.
Yeah. I used to really, really like her, her managing and stuff like that. And So, Chris, do you want to ask a question next?
Why not? Let me see. Oh geez, I got a lot of questions for Sabu though. But here's another question. It's from TNA back in 2005 though. How did you feel wrestling Chris Parks or Abyss in the first ever TNA's Barbed Wire Massacre match? How did you feel that night?
It was pretty good. I was a little disappointed on the emphasis they put on the match by putting it on first. You know, that was a main event match. Even if it's Hulk Hogan there, it should have been a main event match. You know, and they put it on first because they said that it might take too long to put the barbed wire up and down. And they got the barbed wire up in about 5 minutes and tore it down in like 2 minutes. So they were full of shit. But they was trying to, take the emphasis off it being the main event, I guess. And but anyways, I liked it and I had a good time wrestling him in it. And it was a match of the year for that year, 2004, I think. And it was all right. It was fun.
Sorry.
What's that?
I said
the only thing I didn't like was. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Can you hear us, Mr. Jacobs?
No.
I don't think you can hear us.
Either he can or he...
Bill, do you have another question that you want to ask?
I'll go back to those ECW days again. I know when you kind of first debuted, you came out in like the Hannibal Lecter type like gimmick where you were rolled out, you had the face mask on. And I was just wondering, did you have input into that, or was that a Paul creation, or how'd that go about? Because I know it lasted for a little bit, but then you dropped that gimmick.
Yeah, that was Paul's thing. It was a good thing, but I was wrestling. Excuse me. Excuse me. I got broken ribs. But anyways, that was a good idea. But I was wrestling a guy in Japan called Dr. Luther. He's Dr. Luther now with AEW. He had that gimmick where he wore a mask and he was in a straight jacket and he acted crazy. And he took it from Silence of the Lamb. And so was that mask like Silence of the Lamb. So it looked like I was copying him, even though it wasn't my idea and I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it because it would look like I was copying him and I wasn't. And that was his gimmick. So I would have offended if he started wearing a turban. No.
Yeah.
If it was Sheik Dr. Luther, I'd been offended. But anyways, that was a pretty good gimmick. But even the wheeling on the dolly, that was a good gimmick. But Paul never took much time into preparing for it much. It was every night when I did it, it would be a makeshift dolly and a plastic chain sometimes a rope would tie me in and he took time to prepare it to make it look like it was sweet. It never looked sweet. It was raw, that's for sure. And it did work. But like I said, he never prepared for it. He never had like a sweet gurney or a real gurney.
Yeah, that's very cool. Can you hear us, Mr. Jacobs?
I don't
think you can hear us.
I think we just can't hear him.
You're right. We can't hear him.
I can't hear him.
Yeah. I remember you talking about this in WCW on another podcast, but I never got to hear the actual story about it. Talk about the Vader and Paul Orndorff fight in WCW. I know.
You know what? Got cut off at,
Oh, I was going to say, I know you talked about that in a previous podcast, but I don't know if like any of you guys have heard that story, but like I remember you talking about the Paul Orndorff and Vader backstage fight incident.
Okay, yeah. I was in WCW at the time for a very short time. I happened to be right by this room where Orndorff and they were arguing in the hallway, and Orndorff said, "Follow me," and Van Vader followed right behind him into a room. They closed the door and was boom, boom, bam, boom, ow, ow, boom, boom, crash, boom. And Orndorff comes walking out, and Vader, his face was bleeding on the floor. And I seen that with my own eyes, so that's what happened. It didn't happen that way, but I didn't see what happened. But Paul Orndorff come walking out of that room with a little arm and blood on his knuckles.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and I see people talk about no disrespect to Vader because I like Vader, or I used to like him before he died. But I liked him, but he said it didn't happen that way. He beat up Orndorff, but I don't think so.
Yeah,
Orndorff stuff.
I've heard a lot of people talk about that fight, but I've never really heard a story. But this is my first time hearing a story from you.
Yeah, it was the door Orndorff walked out of, and the room they were fighting in was 6 feet from me. Because I was almost going to open the door and see what was going on. But I figured somebody needed.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Aiden, do you want to ask the next question?
Yeah, sure. Well, like obviously, like late last year, you said you were retired and everything, and one of the wrestlers you named that you would come back for a match with was Brock. Are there any other wrestlers that you'd want to come back for one last match with, or is it just Brock?
There's a few guys I probably would if the price was right, but I ache so much. I said to myself, I'm gonna start going to the gym Monday. When I got back from wherever I was, I forgot where I was. I was somewhere last week. Where was I? Anyways, I'm gonna go to the gym Monday, and I've been too sore. I just can't do it. Yeah.
Apologize.
All my joints hurt. Back's fucked up. My joints hurt.
Uh-oh.
A week ago.
Can you hear us now, Mr. Jacobs?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
yeah.
you now.
Yeah.
At least I can.
I apologize. There's some. It's bad weather down here. I apologize.
Come inside.
You can ask the next question if you want, Mr. Jacobs.
Oh yes. I was gonna ask. Actually, I wanted to know the story behind falling off the R.
What?
Falling off the R of the Raw set on Monday Night Raw when he fell off the R.
Yeah, well, I sort of tried to jump, and it didn't work that way. They wanted me to jump out of the balcony, and I thought that kind of it was too ordinary. Plus, I didn't want to do it. It wasn't my idea. And I said, I seen the R. I said, I'll jump up the R. They said, okay, can you do it? I go, yeah, I can do it. They go, you think you should rehearse that? I go, yeah. I go, no, I can do it. So all I did was put a ladder up.
Yeah.
I put by it and had the Dudley boys hold the ladder when I climbed up it and see if I could do it. I got up there and came back down. So when it was time to go do it, I climbed up there and I got to the top. When I jumped, the arm moved. There's nothing holding the ladder.
Right.
It moved flat first. Did a belly flop, and my arm hit one guy, but like 8 guys fell over. Boom, boom, boom. Cause I was supposed to land on like 8 guys. I only hit one guy, but they all fell over anyways. But when I hit, it knocked the wind out of me. So when I got up, I was dying. I couldn't breathe. And I was still running to the ring to finish my spot. I about killed myself falling off the arm.
Yeah, they saved your life when they did that.
They tried.
Yeah.
But I was stubborn then. I'm still stubborn now. I don't like it when people give me a spot. I want them to say, "Come in," and I
It's
will.
not practical.
I
I mean, you have to make it look real.
Yeah, and make it me. If I don't come up with a spot, I don't feel like it's me. I don't like doing someone else's spot.
Exactly.
I think we hire Sabu for what he comes up with, not what you come up with.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool personally.
Yeah, that was my next question is, what was it like to work for Paul Heyman, the man behind ECW?
It was good. It was good. It was profitable, but it was good. It was fun. I couldn't do no run for a couple of years. I was the top guy at the time. And that was first. I got to do whatever I really wanted to do, the way I wanted to do it, when I wanted to do it, and how I wanted to do it. I couldn't do wrong design. I didn't do that. And that's what made the company was let guys be good at themselves. He found out what they were good at.
Yeah.
So it was good working for him. He's a genius. He's a bit of a jerk off because he don't pay that good, but he's a genius.
All right, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Well, Chris, you have another question? You can ask.
Didn't hear it.
Your time in WCW. Tell us about that.
first time I met, that was when I was double booked for ECW and New Japan, and I chose New Japan over ECW. Same time, I knew but they didn't offer me no money, so I quit. I quit, and they fired me. It was mutual, and they didn't want to pay me no money, so I went back to ECW, and then about a year later or something, I went back to WCW, and I quit again because of the contract. They go, how much would it cost to do our first Monday Nitro? This was the second time in ECW, WCW.
Right.
I said, I'm booked.
Yeah.
And how much it cost? I said, well, you don't have to pay me over. He goes, we got to pay you something, and of course we'll put you over. I said, well, okay, give me $500 then. I met $500, and then we can negotiate. And $500, I'm happy. And so they go, so they go, what you want? What do you want? He goes, 500. No, that was. And they go, no, the $500 is all we got for you, and you're only going to wrestle twice a month, one Monday a month, one pay-per-view. So I'd only be making $1,000 a month compared to $1,000 a match. I thought that was ridiculous. So I quit. And they would not budge. They wouldn't even talk about it. Just take it or leave it. that was like $12,000.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was yeah, wow.
It was ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. They didn't want me. They just wanted someone else not to use me.
Wow.
Well, my next question is, what was some of your favorite ECW matches you wrestled in? Because I know you had a lot of great matches against different people, but what are some of your personally favorite matches in ECW?
Good question.
1993 in Philadelphia, Eastern Championship Wrestling was Extreme. My very first match in ECW against Taz in 1993 was my favorite match, probably of all times. But that's my favorite match in ECW, that's for sure. And then, the barbed wire match with Terry Funk, that's one of my favorites.
Ugh.
And stretcher match with Van Dam, that's one of my favorites. 30 minutes.
I was gonna mention the three-way dance.
That was one of my favorites too. That's what put our company on the map, was that three-way match. It was a 1 hour long match. Yeah, that's what put
that
us
was
on.
awesome.
Line was crossed. Yeah, not true.
Well, Aiden, would you like to ask the next question?
Yeah, sure. So obviously, like December to Dismember from 2006, that's like a lot of people regard that as like a really bad pay-per-view. What was like backstage like? Like what was just the atmosphere after like you get taken out of the main event and the crowd is just chanting for everything?
Backstage, home that morning. Until the morning, so you got to go. What do you need? If I could, and I take it up, and I think about make sure you the security and to make sure nothing left.
Right.
And so I did. I was going to fight him over a match. It was worth it. I didn't know at the time what was going on. I thought they had something in mind for me to come in secretly later or something. I didn't know. I didn't know.
Somebody calling somebody?
Yeah, somebody was calling me.
Actually, I was gonna ask. I mean, as far as I want to. Okay. I want to ask this. The first time you met the man, Vince McMahon, how did he appear to you? Or how was he, as far as the first time you met Vince McMahon, how was that?
First time I've met him, That was 1994, I think. 94. I had a tryout with WWE, WWF, somewhere in New York. I think it was like Syracuse or something like that. But anyways, I had a tryout match, and I wrestled Scott Taylor in one match, and then they introduced me to Vince, shook his hand, and kind of put me over pretty good. And and he said he pulled me in his office for the next day and said, "I want you to wrestle Owen Hart, my mark match, like his favorite match for me." So I did. I wrestled him, and then he made me an offer. So, but anyways, he kind of acted goofy towards me. He didn't act like a boss. He kind of acted like a mark. But that was cool. He acted like a fan sort of. That was really I didn't take it serious when I should have. Like he said, he made a couple of suggestions, and I laughed at him, thinking he was joking, and he wasn't. Like he goes, "You could be the you could be the Hulk Hogan or the Steve Austin of ECW," and I laughed at him. I go, I go, really? I go, yeah. No, I don't want to be the Hulk Hogan. And I go, "You can't be serious." He goes, "No, I'm not serious," but he was.
That sounds just like him, though.
One time I was going to do the John Cena thing through the table, boom, 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 and he was like, "Be careful," because I took a bump out of the cage and landed on this table and busted my ass. I go, "Well, that's you,"
Right?
And laughed, and he didn't. And I go, "Well, I bet that's you. You got a bad aim or something." I meant that's you. You're a fucking idiot. I know where I'm. I know what I'm doing. But he didn't get to this. He didn't laugh at my jokes.
That's funny.
And one time he shook my hand like a retard so hard that I had a bad neck, and I had a sell. I go, ah, and he goes, "Oh, I didn't know you're so fragile."
Yeah.
I go, "Oh, anybody's fragile if you shake their hand like that." Like he shook my hand like he's retarded. He did. No shit. And he's a pretty big guy. He's strong too.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
He's a sissy or something. He's not a sissy. You don't think he had the best in the world? No. I bet you he's probably kicking Gracie's ass. I bet you.
He's the last one to run from a fight. I give him that.
This is not a slouch, man. He had a lot of guys to learn from.
Right. Well, my next question is: do you watch like AEW like at all?
No, not really. Only if I remember it's on, and I think it comes on here in a couple hours, pretty soon. I think the Wednesday show. I don't know, still pretty early, I guess. But I'll probably watch it tonight if I remember. Usually, I watch 90 Day Fiance.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, like I would personally, like I know you said that you're retired and you would only come back for like if the price is right. But I personally would like to see you against Darby Allin. I don't know if you know who that is, but he's
yeah,
he's a
I
very
know.
hardcore wrestler. Yeah.
What do you think about
But for me to come back, for me to have an ideal opponent, I don't want somebody who does my stuff or does something like I do. I want to wrestle Brock Lesnar, who doesn't break tables, who doesn't take crazy bumps, who does power stuff instead of flying stuff.
Right.
That's the kind of guy I want.
feel you.
That's always the kind of guy I wrestle. I don't want to wrestle somebody who kind of does my stuff or stuff like me. I don't like tit for tat. I like boom, bam, boom. You know, I want big bumps given to me, not the same thing I'm giving to the guy or close to it. You know. Right.
Mm.
You know, whenever Paul brings somebody in, who do you want? Well, I want somebody like Mike Awesome. You know, every time you pick somebody for me, I want someone like Mike Awesome. So he give me like One Man Gang. Gary Albright. Big guys like that with didn't do my stuff.
Right.
Right. Although, guy though, I forgot about that. Mike was a cool guy. But anyways.
Now, I want to go back to your time in TNA. How was that? Now, that's what I want to know.
Yeah, it really wasn't so bad. I should have been more loyal to them, since they didn't want to pay no money either. And when WWE was starting the ECW thing, I chose ECW because they wanted to pay me more. TNA made me lousy offer. And I know they can't afford a lot, but I was too old not to take the money. I was too old to say, okay, I'll be loyal to you for 20 years even if we don't make money. I can't do that because she had a lot of money. She didn't think most of the guys didn't make much. They only made like 20 or 30,000 a year, but they had to be loyal.
I hear
you
you.
know? And it helped a lot.
Yeah.
It helped them because but they were getting paid garbage. They offered me $40,000 a year, and if they're gonna give me $1,000 a match. If I didn't have 40 matches that year, I owed them money. Like if I had 35 matches instead of 40, I'd owe them $5,000. They're gonna give me $40,000 a year. So no, that's okay.
Yeah. Well, that's
I made
not a lot of money.
I mean, way more doing my own bookings on the independents than I did anywhere else. Really, except for WWE. The year I was there, I made some good money there. But anywhere else, I made bookings on the independents. You know? And I got to do my own thing. On my own.
Chris, do you have a question that you'd like to ask next?
Well, since I haven't, well, it's been a while though, so I'll ask anyway to Sabu though. And Sabu, I know you're retired. Well, I don't know for sure to me, but here's a question though: if you were in your prime right now, and I know you're not a big fan of AEW, but if you were in your prime right now in AEW, and you were in let's say, an unsanctioned lights out match, who would you go against in AEW right now in your prime?
I don't know. Probably like I don't know. To have a good match with Big Angle, I'd probably say Jericho. To have a good match, I'd probably say Evan. I forgot Evan's board's real name. I forgot, but Evan Bourne, I like him.
That'd be dope. Sabu versus Jericho. Come on now.
And Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg doing commentary.
Snoop Dogg is flat. Yeah. That was terrible. He almost broke his leg out there.
Yeah. So technically,
he probably got $1 million for that spot.
So technically, it would, if you were in your prime right now, it should be, well, if it was a fantasy, it would be Sabu versus Chris Jericho, unsanctioned lights out match, and if you were in your prime right now. So technically, that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But
if I was in my prime,
yeah.
If I was in my prime, I still want to wrestle Brock Lesnar. He's the best.
Bill, do you have a question that you like to ask?
Yeah, like I know you were talking about AEW, and then obviously AEW's out there. You had your recent run in Impact not that long ago. You just showed up at GCW not long ago. You were at a lot of promotions during big times. Obviously ECW when it became huge. You went back to the ECW brand under the WWF. You were in WCW, New Japan. You all around the world. Where do you think wrestling is today? Like independent, the big promotions. Do you think it's on par where it was years ago when you were making like in those mid 90s, late 90s, then obviously it blew up around the Attitude Era? Do you think it can get there? Do you think it's not what it was? What are your thoughts on the current wrestling landscape?
I don't know. It'll probably be there again. Of course, it'll catch on, I guess, and the new guys won't be new guys. After a while, they'll be familiar guys. Everybody who gets criticized for being too green right now, eventually those people get over it if they're good enough. That is. In the landscape now, I don't watch it that much, so a lot of guys I don't know their names. I just see them not being told what not to do. You shouldn't do 5 dives in one match and then another match do the same thing. It's kind of crazy. They should communicate between matches and find out what each guy's doing so they don't overlap each other. So pretty much, I don't know. Every old generation criticizes the new generation. I'm one of those guys, but it's hard not to.
Oh no, so you want to pass on that knowledge, right? So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Every generation criticizes the one that comes after them. They all do, But I don't want.
It's like a roller coaster.
Yeah, exactly. And eventually, those guys will have my respect. The guys who I don't know now, which I'll know 5 years from now, I'll see. Oh, you guys are good or not good.
Yeah.
Right.
I think AEW's got too many old faces and too many new faces. They need medium faces.
You know what? I can't argue with that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is memory lane. Too much of the new era.
Yeah. Let's go to the comments and see. I know we got a few questions for Sabu on the
Kelly Blanchard,
comments.
and it was the first I've ever seen.
Uh,
I'm sorry, what? What's that?
Go to the comments. See what the fans want to say.
Yeah, Connor got froze up though in a second. It always happens a little bit sometimes. He'll be doing another screen though in just a second.
Well, in the meantime, I'll ask what the comments are saying.
Oh,
It's
now he's back.
local wrestling shows. Oh, okay. Connor, you can read the comments now.
Sabu, how was your relation with the original Sheik, Ed Farhat?
It was great. He's my uncle. He's my mother's brother, and he was, he's better to me than my dad was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. Very good man. Very nice man.
I think we get the same question. Courtney says, "Hello, Sabu."
Hello.
I have a quick question, if you don't mind. It's just a quick question.
You're
But,
good.
I was just wondering, like,
Go ahead.
what is the most painful bump of your career? What was one that you really regret taking?
Good question.
Involuntary bump was the one I took up my head with Chris Benoit. Voluntary bump is I did a chair top rope. A chair in the corner and cut my arm in the corner of the barbed wire match. That one was I regret it because
Yeah, I remember that.
that got out of hand. But the one was most painful was the one involuntary where I didn't voluntarily take the bump, but I took it. And I never had that one was the worst bump against Chris Benoit. But the bump I volunteered for was the one in the corner, and then that kind of turned awry.
Mhm.
All right. Is this good enough?
Well, my next question is, I know you went against John Cena a couple times in WWE mid 2006. What was it like wrestling John Cena?
It was okay. I liked wrestling. He was pretty good. He's a cool guy and very respectful. And I thought we had good matches, pretty good matches. I got bad reviews on him before I wrestled him, saying that he's a crowbar and he's a little heavy and that he's clumsy and shit like that. And he wasn't. He was a little bit heavier than I'm used to, but still nothing to bitch about. No, he's good. He deserves everything he gets.
Well, let's see.
I'm not even a John Cena fan, but I'm a fan of wrestling him. I'm not a fan of watching him work. I fall asleep watching him work, but if I had to wrestle him, I wouldn't mind it.
Right.
That's fair. It's totally
Indeed.
fair.
Well, anyway, I got something to say though to Sabu though, not in a wrestling or shoot way, but I do want to let you know some, Sabu. Do you remember when you were in Nashville 2 years ago in October?
World Championship Wrestling.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. In case you don't know, though, I'm the guy who was supposed to introduce you and Alex Ocean, your opponent, in a hardcore match at Halloween Hardcore Heaven. But let me explain. The reason why is because a friend of mine, a friend of mine got contacted by COVID, and I didn't want to take the risk going to Nashville with him getting contact, so I had no choice but to me bailed out. So I was supposed to.
I'm glad you did that. I'm glad you did that. You should. There's no one there wearing a mask, and everybody.
Right.
Mask. Good thing you didn't go. You might have spread it.
You got that right. but still, Sabu. I always wanted to do this, so but I was supposed to do it in hardcore heaven, so I'll say it anyway. From Bombay, Michigan, he is the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal, and ECW original. He is Sabu.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. But still,
I have a question real quick.
go ahead.
I'm
I'll be
someone who
right back.
I
All
love
right.
wrestling and everything, but I feel like it's very it's feels like it's a field that's very difficult to break into. What is some advice that you would have for like someone who wants to start wrestling? Like, what's something you think that not many modern wrestlers do that you think they should?
Well, there's no. If there's a territory, you go in territory, you volunteer to set the ring up and stuff like that. Then eventually they teach you how to wrestle if you like it. But now you could just go to Orlando or wherever the performance center is and fill out an application, which is crazy, but you can do it. Or you can pay someone online to teach you online. I guess I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's not hard to get into it now. You could pick it. You could do your own TV show and not ever be in the business, but pick it.
Yeah.
Even though my uncle was a sheik, I still had to pay my dues. Even though he could have gave it to me, I still had to earn it. And even though, even if he was going to get it, I still wanted to earn it. But he made me earn it. He made me set the ring up and tear it down for 7 months and not train in it, not do nothing in it. Just set it up and tear it down for 7 months. The first one not to wrestle, to learn how to wrestle from him. He didn't teach me how to wrestle for 7 months. He made me just do what he said without questioning, and I did. I didn't say, why can't I use the ring? Or why do I got to tear it down? Or why do I never said why. I just did it. I thought to myself why, but I never said to him why.
Okay, so a lot of paying your dues and everything. Got to establish that kind of credibility.
My dues. It was I had to pay my dues to learn how to wrestle. Then after I learned how to wrestle, I had to pay my dues to get ahead. To get in the ring. I still pay my dues.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
That it?
What's the time of it? Yeah. Like, it was very great having you on. Did like everyone get to answer like anything that they wanted to ask?
I got all my answers.
I got mine.
If there's anyone out there that wants to ask any questions, viewers, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'll say anytime an arena goes dark, I always expect to see Sabu still.
When we did it in GCW last week or whenever it was, I wanted them to say, it's Sting, to throw them off. And then I think that's a bigger pop. And we said it was Sting and then Children. And that was me. I think it would have been a bigger pop.
You're a living legend, man. You really are. You're a living legend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah. Well, I got something else to say, but it's not for Sabu. But I mean,
there's one question. Nick Holiday, what is your thoughts on Justin Credible?
Oh, question.
Back in the
not
day,
bad.
Back in the day, he was very good worker. Now, he's not so much of a good worker. I like Justin. He's one of the guys. He's been having some bad luck lately. We all do.
Yeah, he was actually scheduled to be on. Yeah, he was actually supposed to come on this podcast, but I don't want to throw any shade at anyone or anything. But he basically no-showed us and took our money. But
right. He kind of ripped him off.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Other than that, he's okay.
Yeah.
Trying him, man. I'll send something to him. When I talk to him, I'll send him a message and say, hey, get a hold of you guys. And keep trying him. I'm sure he'll do it. It's only an interview, right?
Well, I mean,
Sabu versus the Blood Hunter. Would you consider that a top 10 match of your career?
He did some messed up stuff, so I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah.
Where
We'll
did you
complete the
hear that
fifth.
from? Where did you hear that from? Blood Hunter.
Yeah.
No, I
yeah.
this is one of my top 10 matches. No.
Ain't from
Yeah,
me. I know that.
It ain't for me either. Well, anyway, I do have Sabu. I don't know if you want me to talk to you about this, but it ain't nothing personal. It's just but
Oh.
if you don't, but if you don't want to answer, that's fine with me. But I know you told us not to. I don't know if you said it. I don't know. I couldn't hear you, so I'll just say it anyway. Look, I would like to say I do very, very sorry about the loss of Super Genie.
Thank you.
And I mean, I'm just really sad myself. I mean, no offense, but when I heard the news, I was like, I can't say it. I can't say it. So, I don't want to get you uncomfortable, so there you have it. Oh, Connor's out again.
Now, I have a question to ask. Now, during the WWE ECW or the ECW WWE invasion, I mean, as far as the whole thing, how much of that did you know about?
Nothing other than, the day before, Paul told us about it, and we had a meeting with Vince. And then the details, I didn't know hardly anything other than roughly what I was going to do.
That makes sense.
Back then they didn't have everything planned out like we do now, where everything is scripted and everything on every movement is called ahead of time. And back then it wasn't like
Right.
that. It was mostly reaction on your feet, not reading the script.
Yeah.
Oh, so you had to go right by the script back then. Is that the way it
Nick
is?
Holland.
That's how it is now. Got to write the script. Back
Oh,
then it
right.
wasn't like
Okay. Okay. I get you.
that. They had a basic
It was more.
outline.
Yeah.
They had a basic outline of what they wanted, and then you fill in the blanks your way, and then
Bullet
the
points.
rest of that. Now they don't trust it. Yeah, now everything is scripted, not bullet points. Everything is written down. Every movement.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's
That's one of the major.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen Nick Holiday. Do you know who Outback Jack is, the wrestler?
Yeah.
Wow.
Who was that about, Jack?
He was a guy
Actually,
from Australia.
Yeah.
He's a guy from Australia. The 80s.
Yeah, this guy right
WWF.
here.
True.
Yeah. No, that's Don. Bulldog Don Cat.
Oh, you found the picture.
Yeah, that's him right
You
there.
found out back, Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I used to like playing his theme song.
I did not see
a lot.
that coming.
what was his song? I forgot how it goes. It was kind of retarded.
Man, I feel old right now.
Well, it was a pleasure of having you on, Sabu. I feel like that we all had all got to ask a lot of questions. Did anyone want to? Like anyone want to like ask any questions or any last minute questions or anything?
I'm all good.
Yeah.
You
Well, it was
want
a
to ask any
pleasure.
questions at all?
I'm good.
We got the same comment.
Okay.
I don't know.
Connor first.
Honestly, I
Okay.
gotta say, Sabu, thank you for taking time to speak to us and let us in on some history.
Right on, man. Thank you for having me.
Mhm. It's
Sabu?
so cool, and it's an honor to talk to you.
Yeah, it's an honor too, though, Mr. Sabu. I just hope I get to see you another time in another place down the road.
I'm not officially retired yet. I still got a ceremony to do, so hopefully I get paid for it, and you'll see me.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Well, like it was a pleasure of having you on, Sabu. We look forward to having. Well, that was it, I guess.
Sorry, Connor, you were froze up for a second.
Yeah, my
Okay,
internet's
so-
connecting.
So now what? Should we just wait? Or
You know
should
what?
we...
That was awesome.
That was so cool.
Yeah, I finally got my question.
That was the
Yeah.
best.
Aiden, just so you know, though, right before you came on the air, I already asked Sabu about December to Dismember. Remember? Well,
Oh,
you know.
that's my bad. Sorry, I was getting food at the dining hall, and it was pretty packed.
I understand.
Well,
Well, anyway, what do we do now, Connor? Should we? Oh,
Oh, Sabu's still here.
Well, I heard you say something as I was hanging up, so I apologize. What was you saying? Sorry.
like I was just gonna
We
say,
were just
like
talking
it was a
about
pleasure of
you.
having you.
We were just talking about how happy we are to see for you to be here, and that's all we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, like it was a pleasure of having you on here, and we look forward to having you on here sometime in the future. But
Right
thank you
on.
so much for coming on here.
Thanks
Please
for
check
having me.
in. Come back.
Right on, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
well,
That was so cool.
Yeah,
indeed.
it's not every
I'm
day.
talking to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do we do now? Should we just go off air for a few minutes, then get back live for AEW reaction?
We're just gonna do it in the same live stream. Put it all together.
Well, in that case, better go ahead and switch to my TV. Hold on a sec.
I will take a bathroom break, so just know I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if we do have some time to kill, we can
That
discuss.
was great. That was so cool.
Mhm.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, fogged up again. Hold on, let me see if I can. Here we go. That
Yeah, that was
was
really
one
cool.
of the most intense interviews. Well, technically to me, we ever done. I mean, I didn't want. I mean, Connor's froze up again.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm about to smoke a cigarette, so if you're not cool with that, then
What was I going to say? If we have some time to kill before the show actually starts, we could discuss some of the recent wrestling news. Shane McMahon being released.
yes, I was gonna talk about Shane McMahon being fired. Now,
Yeah, what do you guys think of that?
it's a power move, I think.
I thought it was pretty crazy.
Actually, he was let
All right,
go.
because he's not Shane McMahon's not out of money. We know that. He took the spot. He took the spot of fucking people that should have been there.
Oh, Connor.
That was my complaint watching the Royal Rumble, and I did watch it. My only complaint was Shane McMahon was in there.
Bill, do you have anything?
And Brock winning it. I mean,
it's surprising. Obviously,
listen.
Man owning the company,
Now the whole thing was okay. You have a point, but at the same time, listen. You have to understand where the business is going.
Yeah.
It's evolving. We're getting older, and the business is getting younger.
Well,
So no matter what us old folks say, they're gonna stick to what they believe. But that's the scheme of things. That's the way, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah. Well,
I just
anyway,
thought Shane would have had a secured spot considering he's Vince's son, but I thought it was either going to Triple H or Shane, like the keys to the company.
Like I said,
Hayes is back.
does Shane really need that fucking job?
Well, I just
He
thought
got
like,
fired. He got fired as a wrestler. True. Think about that. He got fired as a wrestler.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Well, Bill, it's very great to have you on here. I know you're the home of the TNI Total Nonstop Impact podcast, but it's very great. It's very great to have you on the All Elite Zone podcast.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for the invite.
Well, in
Yeah,
that case,
and we will definitely have the TNI Total Nonstop Impact link in the description below. If Nonstop Impact.
Oh, I lost you, but yeah, and who knows when? Hasn't been much recently, but when they're doing some of the crossovers that we've seen in the past, you get a little more AEW talk there, and with the talent going back and forth among promotions, you never know. You got a lot of I went Ethan Page with one of the former Impact guys. I thought about Brian Cage for a second, but I'm like, I don't know if we'll see him tonight. We don't see him too much these days.
I do hope we see him more.
Yeah.
I think he is very talented.
Damn right. Well, anyway, I know it's almost that time, but let me introduce myself to Bill. Bill, my name is Chris Downs, or as I like to call myself, the Autism Elite of All Elite Wrestling, unofficially, of course. And I'm the guy who introduced Billy Gunn not once, but twice.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it's great to have you on here, even though we haven't officially met in person. And by the way, are you from the UK? Because I see British boot camp behind you.
No. I just that's usually the background I go with. It's the most standard of a wrestling backdrop. Because I've put around with like some ring skirts and stuff, but they kind of don't look right. So this is from the first season of the British boot camp years ago at TNA. But no, not from the UK. I'm outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That's why I saw Sabu, because I went to Eastern Championship Wrestling with my dad. So I was there when they first started.
Well, anyway, it's glad to have you on here since you're the one of the what should I say, the hosts or the podcasters of TNI. Yeah. Bunch of co-hosts, but we're always talking Impact, and obviously there's. Over last year, there was obviously a lot with AEW going on. Obviously, Kenny Omega as a champion of both brands.
Well, of course. I mean,
anyway,
I don't even want to talk about that.
Well, anyway, who's got All Elite Wrestling Dynamite on? Because I really want to do this introduction again. Anyone got theirs on?
I have it on.
Oh yeah, you want to do an introduction?
Well, since we're still live, and AEW Dynamite's on, so I'll do it anyway.
Live, pal.
It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. And it's officially 6 more weeks of winter because it's Groundhog's Day.
Damn you, Puxatawny Phil!
I know Connor's not on here, but this is my.
You don't keep the party going.
So I just went in anyway.
So what do you got? What's going on now?
We got Moxley coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And we got
Moxley coming out right now. Are you serious? Okay.
A little wild thing in the background.
And we got some company, but I ain't gonna say who. But we got don't
you spoil
I'm
it.
glad that Mox still has a match for tonight, even though obviously Brian Kendrick is no longer going to be wrestling tonight.
Yeah, I just saw that as I jumped on with you guys because I had only gotten home from work a couple minutes before I jumped on. So as soon as I got on, I saw all this information to the side, and I'm like, oh, what happened here?
Mm-hmm. Man, I was like,
sorry,
no, you good, Chris.
Or as they call it, well, I don't know if it's not official, but card subject to change.
Mm-hmm.
It always is.
It was I remember seeing that, and I was like, oh man, I'm really excited for this match. And then I see what he's saying. I'm like, oh man. And then obviously it gets canceled. I'm glad that we'll get to see maybe that OC and Moxley rivalry rekindled, like what we were going to see in the Eliminator tournament. Mm-hmm. So I bet that's where this
Connor,
is
welcome back.
Again.
You just missed the introduction again. But you're good. You're good.
All right. Mox is ready to beat somebody up. Oh
Yeah,
my
this feels
God!
like
There's it. Look at that house just sitting there chilling. Like what? I'm
Yeah,
just
his
sitting over here trying to enjoy the match.
didn't
So-
he just recently dropped a new shirt, and I believe it was doing very well sales wise.
Yeah. Look at it. He doesn't do anything. All he has to do is just stand there. It's genius.
I think Danhausen. I think his contract is going to pay for itself with how much merch he moves. So
Yeah, as long as they're getting that piece
Right.
there, right? Like, because he still has his pro
wonder-
wrestling tees, I think. So, but I'm sure we'll go to AEW soon. Most of his merch.
Yeah.
I wonder when Danhausen's first match is going to be when he's 100%.
No, there's some stuff from over
it
the
better
pond.
be against one of the Gun Club. That's my take.
But the question is, who? Is it going to be Colton or Austin first?
I'd bet Colton because Colton doesn't feel as protected as Billy Gunn or Austin. So
And Colton is the
Oh, He did leapfrog. He did a drop kick.
well, since Connor is not going to be on for a few more minutes, I guess I'm the let's say the
No,
what do they call it?
we are gonna do this together. Nobody's a leader. We're gonna do this together. Don't try to do that.
All right, fine. You want me to stay quiet? I will.
No, you're trying to spoil everything.
I'm not going to spoil, but all right.
I do
I
hope
mean-
we get to see more of Wheeler Yuta because he's really good. Him and Daniel Garcia had a really good match on the Indies. I believe it went to a time limit draw. It was very good. I hope we get to see that kind of Wheeler Yuta.
I was at that match.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was the IWTV 100 match that went to that draw. Yeah.
Really?
Oh.
Oh man, that was
That was in New Jersey. It was very hot that day. Very hot in that building.
Yeah, it looked like it was kind of like sweltering in there.
Yeah, no AC in that building.
That's
That's really cool that you were there.
Really? Yeah.
I haven't been able to go to much in-person wrestling. I'm going to a show this weekend, but I just haven't been able to get to much. That's so cool that you got to see it, though.
Yeah, no. Luckily, in this area, there's a good amount of shows: New Jersey, PA, New York.
Mm-hmm. For me, I'm like, currently I'm
you
in
guys
college.
hear me?
I'm on campus. I'm in like
Yeah, we hear
central
you.
Illinois. Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
we
like,
can
I'm
hear
in
you.
central Illinois right now. So if I want to, and normally I live in like the Chicagoland area, but I'm only really able to go to shows that are whenever I'm home. So half the time.
Can you guys hear me
Chicago's
now?
another free market with a lot of shows.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I recently went to an AAW show. The main event was Ruby Soho and Josh Alexander. That was
AEW, one of the shows
really?
on TNI. Trent, he's the producer there.
That
Oh,
sounds
really?
so good. Man.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'm also probably going to. There's an AAW show on Friday, and I'm probably going to end up going to that one. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Well, me and Connor are going to head straight to Nashville in a couple of weeks.
Oh, what's going on there?
AEW, remember? They're coming to
Oh.
Nashville.
Looking
Okay.
to be on the show.
This
Bang,
Dynamite
bang.
is in Chicago, and it sucks that I wasn't able to go.
Because it was snowing.
Well, I normally have class at 7, so it was canceled because of the snow, though.
Ouch.
Snow isn't terrible.
It's
where
coming
I am,
down.
but-
It's coming down here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay safe
Yep.
out there.
Mhm.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
Man, I
well,
can't wait.
to me, well, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say something off topic. You're all good.
Well, technically, let me see. Well,
There's
me
promoting
and
the Nashville show.
I do
Yeah.
hope that Eddie Kingston comes back soon. He
Oh,
was injured,
headbutt.
so I want to see him and Mox work together again.
Oh, nice drop kick.
Oh, back rakes.
Oh,
Hey. Indeed.
I do hope we get to see heel Wheeler Yuta, like at his match against Daniel Garcia. Like the whole crowd was against him. That was really cool to see.
Which is funny because Yuta's actually a Philly guy. It's kind of funny.
Oh,
He
really?
yeah,
Turned up the local guy.
true fact.
Yeah. Ooh!
She is very good.
Oh, look at
Garcia
that
is very
spot.
good.
That was
I'm very
dope.
excited for him
Look
to
at
be
that.
utilized more.
Oh yeah, congrats to Daniel Garcia. He won the Battle of Los Angeles.
Yeah, I saw that. It seems like this is gonna be his year, I think.
Yeah,
With,
that's a
Battle of
big
Los-
springboard to a lot of accolades.
True.
Yeah, here's
Big
OC
Dan
versus
Houses.
Mox.
Look at you see that? I love the Housen. You see that? He's not there, but he is there. But he's not.
Well, anyway, Jacobs, Aiden, I know you, Bill, I know you weren't involved, but did y'all see my meet and greet with Blues Clues Steve Burns?
No, I haven't gotten to.
What about you, Mr. Jacobs?
I saw it. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I know it's only 2 minutes and all that. I know. I was so
did your
nervous.
thing. Whoa! Look at this. Let's talk about this right now. Oh, he just
I do hope
he
it-
just countered he just countered it. He countered the paradigm shift. Did you see that?
Mhm.
And he's
I
going
do
on the
hope
top
that-
rope.
I do hope Wheeler Yuta gets signed soon. I really enjoy his work. Him, Daniel Garcia, and Leah Moriarty are some of my favorites to watch in AEW. Like as of
Yes.
recently, you know, it feels like they're the generation after the Pillars. Like I call it the generation of prodigies. I know a lot of people call it the Killers.
You know
So
what? That's
pillars.
not bad. I like that name.
I feel like the guys like Yuta, Garcia, Moriarty, Hook, a Go-Go too.
Yeah.
I really like a Go-Go actually. I think his
Anthony
character
Ogogo?
worked out really well. Yeah, and I think those could could be big players after the Pillars rise and everything.
And the best part about it is that they have a story in America and in Japan, so they can do whatever. Now, if you don't see New Japan and what you're watching, I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. This is pretty much New Japan in America.
New Japan recently announced a show in Chicago, and I'm planning on going to that, so that's really exciting.
Oh, you heard?
Windy City Riot. That'll be fun.
Oh, you heard about that?
Yep. Probably going to that. I already have it marked in my calendar and everything.
Yeah, I'm so excited to get ready for Nashville. I've been dying to see this event for probably 2 months now since Connor fired the first shot. In Expression, he saw it first.
Yeah, I think it was announced around the time Impact was down there because I remember people talking about it, but then I always, there's so many shows, I always forget when they're coming up until like it's real close. But I remember when it was announced, but time flies. They all come quick, these shows.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Plus,
Exactly.
I've been dying to see AEW for 2 years now since due to the pandemic and all that. And I'll say pandemic and the COVID's a bunch of BS and all that. I can't stand it. I mean, I can't go to wrestling events. I can't go any events. And now since the vaccine's been, well, I don't know if they're working or not. Technically, some people do, and some people are. I am really excited to see AEW in Nashville for the second time. Well, their second time and my first time to Nashville.
Oh, we got a
Oh,
Danielson and Mox.
Here we
face.
go.
Oh, this is
We got a
exciting.
face off. Hell yeah. This is what everyone wants to see, but they're gonna tease you and then they're gonna give it to you.
I don't know if they do this
Can you
match
guys
at
hear me now?
Revolution. Yeah, we
Yep.
can hear you.
Good.
Yeah, we
If
can
they
hear
do
you, we can
Mox
hear
versus
you.
Danielson at Revolution, who do you guys think wins?
Okay. I'm gonna be real and tell you that to me, I think that Brian, I think that Brian should win, but I mean, everybody wants to see Mox win. But we all know, I mean, come on.
Like I was,
Shocks me. Danielson's the heel in this?
yeah, it seems like it.
Yes, Daniel's the heel. Daniel's totally
Everyone-
heel. You didn't see that before? He's been a heel the whole time. You
he
didn't
has
get that?
The crowd's not treating him like a heel. They're booking him like a heel, though.
No. Yeah, true. But the crowd treat him like he's awesome. But he's
Yeah,
really
I
good.
don't think he needs to be booked like a heel per se. You know, I feel like he could just be.
He doesn't need
some
that.
dude his whole gimmick is, hey, I want to wrestle, and whether that means he acts like a jerk or doesn't, I think it just works. You know, I'm loving
Right.
everything he's doing right now.
So-
Him against Kenny
so-
was great. Him against Hangman was great.
Right.
But for who I
So
think
his
should
gimmick
win-
is that he's a near gimmick. He just goes in there and does it,
Did
Mhm.
someone see the sign that says "Free Ali" front row?
which is more
Oh,
that's
that's really
real as
cool.
hell.
Yeah, I think that
Oh yeah,
for who wins, it feels weird because Moxley just came back, and it feels like he should have a win to establish it, like that momentum. But at the same time, like Danielson hasn't really like taken a feud yet. He drew with Kenny, he lost to Hangman. It feels like he kind of needs a win.
Indeed.
Like I just wanted to say, sorry everyone. I kept on coming in and coming out, coming in.
You can't do
The
nothing.
internet is here and the weather and stuff is just really coming in, coming out. I had to reboot my internet, restart my computer. But hopefully now I'm set to be on now.
sounds like smooth sailing right now. So hopefully,
Yeah,
Mhm.
That's good.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's all
That's
good.
very good.
yeah. The weather was kind of getting
Well,
bad.
let's
out
see.
there.
This is a good show going on.
Let's see
Well-
the comments. Hello, Brenda.
Hey, Brenda.
Chris, why did you say at the car? I think. I don't know what you're. I don't know what she's talking
Oh shoot! I am.
about. It's me. John and Brian are going to team up. I don't know if they're going to team up. Are they? Have they announced a tag match between them? With them too?
I think they're calling out Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus.
Well, we don't. Well, I'm
Oh.
not. Well, I'm watching it, but I'm not hearing it because I'm hearing you guys. Plus, I got my earphones on. And I don't want to spoil anything since I'm ahead.
Like who won the first
Oh.
match? Was it?
It
Who
was
did John
Moxley.
Moxley?
yeah, Moxley over Wheeler Yuta.
Moxley got it.
Oh, Will Yuta.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
mind. I know Tony Khan tweeted that tweet with Brian Kendrick. Yeah.
All right.
So anyway,
Now this is the promo that I don't mind watching. Actually,
Well, anyway, this is not a big announcement, but my cousin's baby is now officially born though. Her name is Presley Grace Bennett. Congratulations to my cousins who are now officially parents with a 6-pound, 6-ounce, 20 inches long Presley Grace Bennett, or as I call her, from Memphis Wrestling, PG-13.
Nice. That's nice that they were that you.
all right. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So,
yes.
but just so everyone would know, she was born yesterday, and I want to make the announcement today.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I wish I could show you her first baby photo, but technically I can't do that.
So we
All
just
right,
had Moxley's match.
Yeah.
What else we got tonight? We got the
And
CM Punk and
they're
MJF.
in the middle of a promo right now.
Yeah. What else is happening? I can't really remember much. I think it's
Ruby
CM
Soho
Punk
and
Right
Nyla
now,
Rose.
it's Mox and Danielson in the ring talking shit.
Well, we got Ruby Soho and Nyla Rose.
It's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, because what it's then they announced what Punk and MJF
Yeah.
doing something tonight.
Oh, there's also the Kings of the Black Throne versus Death Triangle, and then Ruby Soho versus Nyla.
That's what I just said
Yeah.
twice.
Oh, sorry.
I think
No, you're
Brandy
good.
Rhodes
You're good.
is a Brandy Rhodes wrestling tonight because I've seen them have a thing on the bottom with Brandy Rhodes or something.
I
I-
think
I don't know.
that was probably on Dark Elevation.
Well, no,
Yeah,
I seen tonight that they had something on the bottom come across and it said Brandy Rhodes
Right.
Huh.
in action tonight or
And
something.
he offers his hand.
I haven't seen it then.
Would you shake his hand?
CM Punk and MJ is going to be an awesome fight tonight. Awesome
Part
match
of me
tonight.
isn't confident that we're getting that match tonight. Part of me, like,
Yeah.
you know, after what
I don't
happened
think we're
last
getting
time
that
with,
match.
yeah, I think they're probably saving that for pay-per-view.
Yeah, it feels strange that they're.
I
they're
agree.
putting-
That's a pay-per-view match.
Yeah.
Well, it also feels like they haven't really released like an official graphic for it yet. They haven't like explicitly said CM Punk versus MJF. They've only said like CM Punk and
I didn't
MJF.
see the actual verses, but now as I was looking it up, I'm just seeing who tweeted the verses, There's like a graphic with verses, but I'm seeing that that's actually from the company.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
If it is, then I feel like it might be, but I haven't seen one that said like,
I didn't either. They were very loose with how they worded it the whole time, so I was with you on that.
Yeah.
So
TNT account, like which I guess is the old TNT account, put a CM Punk versus MJF first time ever.
Okay then.
Once again, that's not the company, that's TV doing it. So
okay, so that's TBS maybe then.
Yeah. But some part of me feels, just some of you guys, that we're not getting that match tonight. MJF's gonna call sick, say he got injured, not show up, or something's gonna happen.
Yeah, you get entrances, and then before
that makes sense.
Someone causes problems.
Yeah.
Like,
I
can't do this.
MJF is gonna MJF.
Maxwell Jacob Freeman's in the house. Can't wait to get hands on Punk tonight.
All right.
You're probably gonna bail out.
What does he have to say?
Maxwell J. Freeman. I know you're gonna bail out.
I'm very excited to see Ruby Soho in action. She's probably she's one of my favorites in AEW's women's division. I do hope they utilize her more.
I agree.
Yeah, because
she is so underrated. I mean,
I don't. I was gonna say I don't know if it's true or not, but I've seen on social media that she's had frustrations over AEW's booking with her just being brought in to put over Britt Baker and Jade Cargill. I don't know if that's true or not, but
I saw that, but I haven't been able to find a source for it. I've just
it just gives her more room to get it. Just gives her more room to take the belt from Britt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I still do believe that Thunder Rose is going to be the one to take the belt from Britt.
Since Britt Baker did say she beat her, that is not an official match. You know, that match was not.
And then you have Thunder Rosa versus Ruby Soho. That would be a great match right there for the belt.
Warrior Wrestling here in Chicago on the 12th, they're doing Thunder Rosa versus Athena, so I'm very excited for that. I'll probably be going to that. That's going to be such a good match. I'm so excited.
That sounds pretty dope.
What she's official? Today, yesterday, tomorrow?
I think it's today. Yeah,
where that crop of releases are now free to sign somewhere.
The 90-day thing.
Yeah, me and him, I believe. Yeah. Do you think we see a debut tonight?
Oh my God! I already said it. I said that a long time ago. You already know who I want to see.
I can see it happening just because it's in Chicago, and Chicago's like a big wrestling crowd, but it doesn't feel like this Dynamite doesn't feel like it.
It doesn't. They were kind of teasing, like they were teasing debut, but then it seemed like that was Brian Kendrick.
Yeah.
So you feel if there was a surprise, maybe they would have thrown it. But if it's a bigger surprise, they just don't want to feed it to Moxley. So
you can't really debut Keith Lee
with the red hair and throwing Kendrick in there at first.
Nick Holiday says, "Bill, you look very familiar. I think I see you on Impact every week."
That would likely be correct.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, I've seen Bill in Nashville for the Impact tapings in last summer. I've seen Bill probably since it's been years. I've seen you at the Impact shows. See you on the shows weekly. We got Brandy Rhodes out.
You fan of TNA?
Oh yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So
by
Brandy,
the way,
that was correct.
So Bill.
Yeah,
I got you. I know.
Yeah. I don't know if I said it or not, but I will leave the link in the description for the TNI podcast and link in the description. Bill is from the TNI podcast, Total Nonstop Impact. So you guys can go check out their podcast as well. But then again, Bill, thank you so much for coming on. I've always wanted to have you on here at some point.
Oh no, yeah. I know we almost did it the other day, so I was already out and about, so I couldn't get back here. But no, I'm glad I can be on here tonight, and no, it was good meeting you. I know you've joined us in our chat on podcast before, so definitely glad to and honestly check in more on the AEW. probably been to more AEW shows than I've watched on TV.
Oh yeah,
Like TV wrestling versus live wrestling is very different for me.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we got
Fire,
Dan Lambert.
Thanks,
Dan Lambert,
thanks
the
for joining
baby
in.
We got Dan Lambert and Brandy Rhodes again.
Right?
Oh,
That's just what I was looking at.
I swear.
Oh my god.
Damn,
What?
everywhere.
Did she just say that for real?
Yeah,
Wow.
I think she did. And I love
Josh-
TV. I love live television.
Did she really just say Josh Alexander?
I think she did.
Wow,
I
that
think
was,
she meant-
that was
No,
good.
she's sitting there.
Wow.
She oh, I get what she's doing. She's not ghetto, but she loves to act ghetto.
Well, I did not expect her to say that.
Well, she
Yeah, that-
she can turn that shit on though.
Very interesting name drop right there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you think it's possible to ever
Right?
see Josh Alexander?
That
in
shit
AEW?
was good.
Uh,
It's possible. The door's open. Do a storyline with it. They could. Like you have the Ring of Honor stuff going on in Impact right now. They could go back to some of the AEW stuff. It wouldn't shock me. Wrestling's crazy right now.
yeah. I believe his contract expires sometime this month.
It's all about
Sure
the
when,
business.
but yeah. But I still want to see him capture the Impact World Championship longer than 3 minutes.
That's the end game
Yeah.
storyline over there. Is
Yeah.
eventually you'll get it back, but you could do a storyline if you want to make that Bound for Glory in the fall. You could do something over the summer potentially. Maybe do
Yeah,
something
yeah.
in AEW.
You know what I think about the Impact World Champion Moose? I think he wants to have that championship so bad he wants to go longer than Bruno Sammartino.
It'll be a long time.
Yeah.
That's,
Ain't nobody
That's
gonna.
a
I don't know if anybody's
very
gonna
long
break that
time.
record.
I don't think.
I
that,
mean, you know
I
how
don't
long
think that
Bruno-
record's ever going to be broken.
Exactly. That's a
Well,
Bruno held that
long
title
time.
for some years.
Well, 7 years actually, plus 3 years on the second reign, but that doesn't count.
We need some, well, that.
Man, this crowd is not behind Brandy at all.
No, it's
No.
feel for right now.
I'm not even I'm
Yeah.
not even 100% sure why the like.
I'm
most
not mad at
crowd likes
Brandy,
Cody or
actually.
Brandy, you
I
know?
think she's cute as fuck.
I really like Cody. He seems like he's just a genuinely nice person. You know, he does a lot of charity work. He does he seems like a very nice person, but the fans just do not resonate with him as a face. But I think he does know what he's doing at this point, right? Like he has to know what
So-
he's doing, right?
Right.
I think, but man, he was in 2019. He was such a good baby face.
I'll be right back. I gotta take a bathroom break.
All the slap.
Who's this? Oh, she's that American Top Team. Yeah, I don't know what her name is, but the whole women's roster.
Oh wow, is Paige Van Zandt debuting? Sorry, I apologize if I just spoiled it for
Yeah.
anyone.
Yeah, you're
What is
good.
going on?
Yeah, I was like 10 seconds behind you. Like you
Oh,
were just finishing it, but they were
That's
just
my bad.
panning. I'm like, who is that? Oh, there it is.
What
That's
is
pretty
going
close.
on?
It's tough to
Who
get them
is-
all because I'm how you guys are watching. If you're
Yeah.
actually watching on TV, like I'm streaming it through my cable on another
Yeah.
browser.
I'm
Yeah.
through a very legal site. I don't have cable in the dorm, so
So you have what? Hulu Live TV or YouTube TV?
no, not one of those.
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Although I was actually
Oh.
going through, I'm thinking of doing a new setup to watch. Like I'm actually going to put next to my monitor, like a TV size monitor, just to have a cable feed right next to it to get it more in sync.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Nick Holiday. I want Josh Alexander to stay with the Impact. He needs to capture that championship. Yes, I agree.
I
Me
agree.
too, because I really
I
want
don't
him to
wanna
beat up
see-
Moose.
I really don't want to see. I don't want to see him leave Impact. Because AEW has got so much talent as it is. I don't know. I don't want them to overload on talent. Then,
Mhm.
I mean, you're gonna have wrestlers want to leave, just like Brian Cage is now.
Yeah, it becomes tough. Like there's only so
Yeah.
much spot. There's only so much TV time, especially like you have the 2 hour show and the 1 hour show on Friday. But and then you obviously have the YouTube stuff. But for TV, that's only 3 hours. That's not a lot of time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very little
Speaking
TV.
of-
But at the same time, it feels like you can't like it feels like you can't pass up on Keith Lee, you know, someone like that. I feel like it's
Yeah.
very difficult to pass up on that. Someone like Malachi Black, you know, I feel like guys like that, they deserve to be on TV. In
Oh
front
yeah,
of everybody.
they definitely deserve to be on TV. It's just there's only so much opportunity on TV. So
I definitely agree with that.
maybe
Yeah.
they get an act.
I wish there was like another like AEW size promotion out there, but like just there can only be only so many people want to do it, and it's very expensive to start up a new promotion. So
We got.
By the way,
Malachi
Connor, did
Black.
you
Yeah.
Did you see Championship Wrestling from Memphis with Brian Cage versus Joey Janela?
Yeah.
Just what you think of that? Since I don't know if you weren't there that time, but what you think of the match?
It was a good match. I was actually there in person for it. It was a good match.
Well, you are a good supportive to Brian Cage since you met him about a dozen times. And by the way, Mr. Jacobs, you need to unmute though. I see you still mute.
No. Yeah,
Oh, there we go, there we
I'm a huge Brian Cage fan. I've supported him when he was in Lucha Underground to Impact, now to AEW. And if he goes back to Impact or like wherever he goes, I'm still going to support him. He's just probably one of my favorite wrestlers. Period in wrestling.
Well,
I know people say that people say that he's not good on the mic or stuff like that, but like in ring, he wrestles like he's a high flyer. Normal guys like him normally can't do this type of moves.
Yeah, he wrestles like a luchador. That's a big
Yeah.
guy.
I love watching
Yeah.
him versus John
Yeah.
Silver, where John Silver plays the power.
He was in
Brian
Lucha.
Cage plays the
He was in
cruiserweight.
Lucha Underground.
Yeah,
and
correct.
Pentagon, great feud.
yeah, he put on
Yeah.
a lot of good matches. Which Underground, Impact.
Yeah.
yeah.
Looks like we got Brody
Yeah.
and Malachi versus
Oh,
Penta
sorry.
and Pac. This is Pac's first match of this year, I think.
Mhm.
It is because
Do you
he
guys
was
think that in
blinded.
this
And it looks
match-
like he still is.
Do you
Oh,
guys think that
sorry.
in this match we see another
No.
member of the House of Black?
He,
I just say that because on Instagram, Malachi Black posted a picture with the caption, 3 will be the whole, the path to justice, the path to judgment comes when justice disbands. And we saw Pac holding up the tarot card of the justice.
Noah's
So I
has
was
being
wondering-
led.
Maybe. But it could, like, I could totally see Pac joining. But at the same time, I don't think I want Pac to join because I really like Death Triangle. But
Yeah,
maybe
this
more-
3 will be the whole. I just don't know what that could mean. I would think.
I
that
think
someone
I know
said
who
that.
might be on there. Maybe Buddy Matthews, or in case you don't know who he is, that's Buddy Murphy.
I'm just
Mhm.
saying.
Yeah.
Just notice how Pac's being led down to the ring right now.
Mhm.
And he's still blinded.
Right. He's
I
being
know
led.
at a WrestleCade they had that match, Malachi Black versus Buddy Matthews.
Yep.
I was there for that event. Well, I didn't get
Oh,
to stay
really?
for the
How
main
was it?
event, but like it was overall a very good show. I didn't get to stay for the whole entire event. I really wanted to stay for that main event, but it was a long day going from the convention all the way in the morning, all the way at night. It just I've been to a lot of wrestling conventions like WrestleCon, Access, WrestleCade. It just wears you down all day, standing in lines and doing all that stuff.
Yeah, I had not done WrestleCade
But-
before, but I did get I did get tickets for the one in November of this year, so I'll be at WrestleCade this
Yeah.
year. Figure I'd check it out.
Yeah, like
Man,
it's a
look at-
very
man,
good
look.
convention.
look, man. I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm going to let you guys watch it.
Oh man. You know
Pac
what?
has got to be able to see.
Doing like
Yeah,
There's a story in the ring right now.
Pac's got to be able to see in that through that whatever he's got on that blindfold.
And it looks like
Exactly.
and
Maybe
it
he
looks-
already knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Like Kimchi in
Kim
Mortal
did the
Kombat.
Kenbei, the no.
like Kenshi.
I said it.
Yeah, you can see. Wait, what did he? What happened?
He took it right
I'm
off.
not-
He ain't blind at
Sorry.
all. He's just
I'm not going to spoil it, but watch it when you see it. You'll know it when you see it.
Oh,
told you. All right. Oh,
There it is.
oh, that was dope.
yeah.
That's some Lucha Libre stuff, man. Oh, that was great.
Oh boy.
Christopher, I
If
think
you-
you should buy an MJF tie.
If they don't get that, man, I don't know what's going on, folks.
Oh jeez.
I think that the fight shorts
Connor,
for Malachi Black look great. I think fight shorts are
Connor?
underappreciated in wrestling attire. Hot take, I
Proper
guess.
tag.
Oh.
Like
Yeah,
when
I
Punk
think you
used to wear shorts, those were awesome.
Yeah.
You get a drop
Speaking
kick
of
to his
Death
balls.
Man. Speaking of Death Triangle, this is why AEW needs trios titles because they feature a lot of 6-man tags in AEW. Dark, Rampage,
Yes.
Dynamite on all their programming, and if they had trios titles, they could do a lot more. If someone like Marco Stunt with the Jurassic Express, like they got tons of 6 trios teams. So I feel like trios titles would be much better if they had trios titles as much as they have trios matches.
I think that
True.
at that point, though, you risk having too many championships. You know, there's the TNT title, there's the world title, TBS, women's and tag team. That's a lot of titles, and
Like,
the fewer titles you have,
oversaturated.
the fewer titles you have, the more special all those titles become. So if you have these tag team titles and you have the trios titles, it almost feels like at one point they're both going to be not as special. Because right now the tag team championship is very special considering AEW's tag team division. If you also have the trios, it takes away from that.
Yeah.
By the way, are you guys
Mhm.
watching the commercial though? Right next to picture-in-picture, the first commercial that just popped up.
Just good for me just now. TBS commercial.
Yeah,
Chad?
seriously.
Yeah. You know it's familiar? He's wearing a... Go ahead, Mr. Jacobs, you're first.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, he's wearing... Yeah,
but I do agree with you. I like Aiden because it
Yeah,
would
you were
take away
talking
from the
about
specialness.
Blues. Same
Yeah.
sweater.
Yeah.
He's wearing a Steve sweatshirt.
But like Aiden, I do agree with your statement about the tag titles and the trios titles because if you had trios
Right.
titles on top of tag titles, it would get kind of I wouldn't want to say confusing, but what's the word? One would be more meaningful than the other. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
And then again, you don't want too many titles like the company up north. You can't keep track of all of them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a lot of titles, and obviously New Japan has a
Yeah.
lot of titles. When they used
Yeah.
to do one night of Wrestle Kingdom, it was just a card of title matches.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they have
And, like, it's
the
good to
trios
have,
titles. They have tag team titles.
Yeah.
They have junior tag titles. Junior.
And for
heavyweight
those that don't know what
everything.
Wrestle Kingdom is, that's like for those who don't know what Wrestle Kingdom is, it's like Japan's version of WrestleMania.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love the New Japan wrestling, but right now it feels like their product is kind of cold. Now that Okada's champion,
Right.
it'll probably be a lot better, but you know, it's no
Yeah.
2017,
Oh.
2018.
Oh my god.
But Cody
Okay.
Rhodes did make the statement that he doesn't want too many titles in AEW because if you have too many titles, then none of the titles are prestigious.
Oversaturated.
And yeah, like you want every title to mean something in your company. Not like the 24/7 championship, which is the worst title in wrestling history.
It's familiar to the Hardcore Championship back in the Attitude Era.
It's a similarity to it, but it's not.
You talking about 24/7 championship? What are you talking about?
Yeah, the
24/7
24/7 championship. It's the worst title
Oh,
in
no.
history. Made at
I'll give you that
WWE,
because
but
Hey,
it's just not
pregnant
the
Maria.
same as the hardcore title. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember
Well,
that. Yeah.
I mean, our truth is the one that put that whole thing over. To
It
me,
did.
if he
It
doesn't have it,
actually
I don't
was
care about it.
Yeah.
for our truth.
he became the 50-time Hardcore champ. I mean, 24/7
He
champion.
deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. If you don't believe that, then sorry.
As a TNA guy, you won't have any argument for me.
All
I think
What do you
Ron.
guys think about Brian Cage going to Impact Wrestling? If AEW is not going to use him any or not going to do anything with him, if I was him, I would probably go back to Impact.
Or Ron Killings, what do you want to call him? He's the damn truth.
It is true.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Connor, that if AEW isn't going to use Brian Cage, I think that Impact would be a good place for him. I don't envision him going to WWE. You know, he's
No.
38, I believe. He's
Not at this point with how they're handling things.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think Impact is. I would love to see him in New Japan. I think he would work well in New Japan.
He could.
You know.
Japan, Mexico, definitely.
Yeah.
He's done that before, so he hasn't really done Japan. But no, I think that those are the best spots for him.
Mhm.
But like if he were to go back to
Oh!
Impact, he could potentially work with Impact and New Japan at the same time.
He
Just
could.
how
That's the great thing about wrestling today. Like you can go to
Yeah.
a promotion, but still be heavily featured in another promotion.
Mhm.
yeah,
Right.
Guys like Jonah,
yeah.
stuff like that.
I'd like to see Josh Alexander versus Brian Cage. in
Oh, going for
Impact.
the pin. 1, 2.
That would be a really good match.
Oh, that was
I
two.
really wish
I don't know if
Warrior Wrestling up here in they were in Indiana, I believe, for it. They did Brian Cage versus Will Osprey, and people said it was really good. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't think that Brian Cage and Josh Alexander ever went against each other before. I can't recall they ever went against each other.
Yeah, maybe it's a multi-man match at best, but I definitely don't think one-on-one. At least not an Impact. I don't recall that happening.
Oh boy.
That would be a
He's
good
not gonna-
match for Slammiversary or Bound for Glory for sure if they
Oh yes, indeed.
could re-sign Alexander and
Oh,
get Cage.
he's out of the ring.
Ooh,
Oh, he's back in.
right in the
Oh.
ball sack.
Springboard.
Oh boy, here comes another one.
He's gonna do it.
He went right on his head.
I really enjoyed Brody King. I'm glad
Oh,
that
yeah.
AEW picked him up.
I swear, every time he dials out that shit, I feel like he's gonna break his neck.
Yeah.
Oh,
The fans really
Ah,
Here
we go.
Look into this match. One
Yeah,
front row
the
are very
fans
into it.
Yeah, they're totally into it, man. They're all into it.
Like I see the flags
Yeah.
waving.
Oh,
Big-
counter! There's a counter. Oh, super kick.
Especially those guys in the front row
Tag
with the
in.
with the Mexico flag, they're very into it.
mhm.
Oh,
I mean, like at this point, how are you not into it? It's a pack.
Oh,
It has
man.
it has Pac. It has Malachi Black. It has Penta. It has Brody King.
Push
That's
him
going
all
to
the
be a
road.
great match.
That's a good move.
Man, I really
Is that
hope
missed?
that Kings of the
Hey,
Black.
That was
Crown
legal. That's totally legal. Oh,
Well, the referee,
Boom.
the referee didn't see it.
I hope
The
that
Riz looking
Kings of the
the
Black
whole
Throne.
time. What are you talking about?
I hope that Kings of the Black Throne take the tag team titles off of Jurassic Express. That's my kind of fantasy booking. I feel like they could definitely carry them. But I also there's just so many teams I want to hold tag team gold. You know, I want Best Friends, Proud and Powerful, FTR all the time. I love FTR; they're my favorite tag team. So there's just so many good tag teams in AEW.
And the Gun Club, they're next in line, I'm guessing.
I don't envision them getting it soon. So
I know, it's ridiculous and stupid.
well, I just think that there's
There's nothing stupid about this. This is a great tag team. Look at them; they're working together.
Mm.
That's a great tag team.
You're such a legend. Yeah, Sabu was. I thought the interview was very good. Sabu's a great legend and told some very funny stories.
Yeah. He was so cool. I mean, he was real and honest about everything, and you know, that's the best.
But I think the Gun Club will be getting the next title shot. I don't think they're going to win the tag titles, but I think they're next in line to get a
Right.
tag title shot.
They have a shot or an opportunity.
Yeah, but the question is,
Yeah.
when? It might be this Friday, maybe next week, or maybe it might be 2 weeks from now when we get to Nashville. That would be awesome to me.
Yeah.
Well, as you said, Connor, let's find out and see when they're next in line, or when it's going to take place.
I don't know if it's going to be this Friday because they've already got a lot of matches planned. Don't they have Thunder Rosa, Mercedes Martinez?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It looks like we're finally getting that Adam Page, Adam Cole feud because Adam Cole will be facing Evil Uno on Rampage.
So who's playing? So who's going to see Jackass Forever this Friday night?
I actually saw it last night, a sneak preview.
How was it?
Oh, really?
It was good.
Don't
Yeah.
spoil it.
C did an early screening, like a one-off last night, and then I guess tomorrow night there'll be an early screening, but then it opens this weekend. But no, I thought it was good. It was some good stunts in there. Obviously, a lot of the original cast, but some new people. So it was funny. It was funny. A lot of
I got a
lot of
question.
laughing in the crowd.
I got a question. Did you see John Knoxville in the Royal Rumble?
I did see Johnny Knoxville in the Royal Rumble.
You see, he was asked by AJ Styles.
I thought he did. He threw a nice punch, though. He threw like a Shibata style punch.
Wait, but if you're gonna get your ass kicked, why not get your ass kicked by the best in the business?
Yeah, he can
Johnny
handle
Knoxville's the new king of strong style. It's insane.
And what?
Strong style.
Who knows?
That's what I'm talking about.
What about-
There you go.
What about
King
this
of pro
other
wrestling, Johnny
Jackass
Knoxville.
original? What's his name? Steve-O.
Steve-O, yeah. No, Steve-O was good too. Steve-O.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah, he brought it. He brought it. He did some good stunts too. Like Knoxville obviously probably steals the show like he always does, but Steve-O was right there with him doing some crazy. And he's funny, like this because they're characters. They're characters, and then they're doing this crazy stuff.
Of course,
so I definitely recommend it. Like if you like the TV show or the movie,
should I pay money to see that?
It depends. If you like the previous movies and the TV show, then definitely. If you didn't, then it's an acquired thing.
Yeah.
Find it funny.
It's acquired taste.
Yeah.
Right. I get you.
Lake Murphy, when did all of you become a wrestling fan?
I started watching wrestling when I was 10 or 11.
Oh boy. Okay. Okay. All right.
And then I kind of got out of it in 2015, and I came back in 2020.
I became a wrestling fan. Okay. Well, I became a wrestling fan back when I was a kid. I was watching wrestling when, actually, it was by circumstance. I found wrestling. You know, I thought that the story was cool. I knew it was bullshit, and I looked at it like it's a movie. I was like, oh, what is this? And like, you know. But at the same time, there are real people doing that shit, and I'm not gonna, you know.
I started
piss
watching
on
wrestling.
I'm not done.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm done.
Okay. I started.
Never mind. Anyway, I'm saying that I started watching back when I was a kid, and the Undertaker was the Undertaker was the thing that got me into it, like that got me to watch it. The character, it's the characters, the stories, and all the bullshit that was going on. I wanted to know what they were going to do next. I guess I don't know, kind of funny thing like that. But anyway,
Am I next?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I started watching wrestling when Well, technically, when I was about. I really hate to say this, but I don't remember. I was 6 months old. I mean, I don't remember watching it, but I do know my uncle, my late great uncle, who got me into watching wrestling back then. I started watching in the Attitude Era years, and then all that stuff, and then afterwards I slowed down, and then back to business. And after that, though, when they had the PG era, it sucks.
Yeah.
And then after,
Yeah.
and then after, and then when AEW first started,
Ruby. Sorry.
you're good. When I first started watching AEW, though, as Connor said, it was really, really good. Bringing in old stars, new stars, some wrestlers I've never heard of as of yet, like Nyla Rose, for an example.
Yeah.
But still,
Made you care.
But still, I care for All Elite Wrestling as of right now. And I'll say this, though, in front of all the live viewers. WWE, or World Wrestling Entertainment, absolutely sucks. Thank you very much.
Okay, now. All right, now I will say this: it does suck as far as the booking, but come on. All right, you know what? You're right. I'm not gonna argue with that.
I think
Well,
that they do have like some of the best.
Well,
They have
I
some of
do
the best
I
talent
like.
in the world,
Yeah.
but I think
they do. Great
the emergence of AEW,
You know what?
And-
The other thing about it, you're not wrong.
like yeah, they have Seth Rollins, they got Randy Orton. Randy Orton matches. I'm not his biggest fan, but I can acknowledge that he's pretty good. AJ Styles
Exactly.
is over there.
Oh, you
they
do
have
it in
so much.
him.
They have so much talent, and I would argue that especially when AEW started, WWE definitely had the roster advantage. But AEW really showed
Right.
that it's good booking that will get you the fans rather than the roster.
Exactly.
And like, could you imagine if AEW had WWE's booking when they first started? No one would be watching.
I agree.
Well,
And thing
and
is that with AEW they have long term storytelling. You don't see that yet, but it's there. They're planting seeds for long term storytelling, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah. But to answer your question, like Murphy, I think I started watching wrestling when I was maybe 5 or 6 years old. Yeah, I want to say 5 or 6 years old. My just like Chris, my like uncle got me into wrestling. Mainly TNA at first. I was into TNA. That's what he got me hooked on. But I watched WWE too. But mainly TNA is what I got hooked on, getting into wrestling.
Well, and also to everyone else around here, I still watch WWE, but not the new stuff. I mean, I watch classic episodes, like when they had it in the box screen
Of
back
course.
then.
Yeah.
I
But
mean, classic stuff was the best.
Who's the first wrestler you met? Shoot, I've met tons and tons of wrestlers. I don't even know the first wrestler I've ever met.
The first wrestler I met.
It's probably Jared Waller because
the first wrestler I ever met was like the Undertaker, but he wasn't even the Undertaker. He was like, he wasn't even the Undertaker. He was like, I was at the Monster Truck show.
Mean
He
Mark,
was just chilling out there. What? What'd you call me?
No. I mean, Mean Mark from WCW.
Yeah,
before he
Mean
left
Mark
TNA.
Calloway. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
He wasn't even there, but he wasn't even there. But he was like, "Hey." I was like, "Oh shit, he's Undertaker." He was like, he winked at me. I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "He just winked at me." No, I ain't gonna lie, I marked out. I marked the fuck out. Because nobody. It's not every day that you get Undertaker winking at you. He's saying, "Hey, it's cool. Don't worry."
Well,
That was cool.
Uh,
And like I just went about my business, and he went about his business. But in my head, I was like, I just met the Undertaker.
yeah.
But he was the Undertaker. He was just walking around.
that reminds me. Did you see him in probably? I think it's in Waco. No, not somewhere in Texas though. Last
This is a long
I
time
believe. Okay, but anyway, my first wrestler I ever met. Well, technically, my first show was in SmackDown taping of 2002. But I didn't meet any wrestlers in there that time because they wouldn't allow us backstage or anything. But my first wrestler I have officially met was Jerry Lawler's kid, Brian Christopher, the late Brian Christopher.
Brian, that was really.
Yeah. I was backstage right after Memphis Power Wrestling, Too Cool, from March 15, 2014. I was waiting backstage for anyone. I don't care who. So next thing I knew, I saw Brian Christopher. He handshake me, and next thing you know, we took a picture. I still got the picture, but and then afterwards though, it was magic for me because I actually met a professional wrestler without having to put my hand out while he's on his way to the ring and all that. And
I hear you.
that was my first time. But the last time I met Brian Christopher was I think about 3 months before he passed. He didn't remember me. But the first thing I said to him was, well, Brian Christopher, we meet again." At first, he didn't remember me, but when I brought up the memories,
But don't
he
sound
remembered
like
me
a
now.
villain.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I said to him though, but in a good way. But still, may he rest in peace. And plus, last month was his 50th birthday. Is that right? Well, it was supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw Scotty Too Hottie
but-
sending a message to him, like on it would have been his 50th birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also,
He was alive and well still, I think.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Scotty Too
gonna
Hottie is supposed to be appearing in Championship Wrestling.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Connor.
Scotty Too Hottie is going to be at Championship Wrestling from Memphis. Yeah.
Yeah. Forgive me, I had to let my dog
on
out right
Saturday-
now.
on
She's being a little whiny baby, so hold on.
Yeah.
Like scratching, like on the. No offense.
Yeah.
But still, Scotty Too Hottie will be in Championship Wrestling for Memphis Sunday, March 27th. And at first this morning, I really thought I want to meet him though because I met Brian Christopher, but I do want to meet Scotty Too Hottie because he is the second half of Too Cool.
Too Cool.
Yeah.
But the problem.
I'm back.
But the problem is, I already trying to talk to Connor, but he said he was going to meet him before he makes his appearance to Championship Wrestling from Memphis. Isn't that right, Connor?
Yeah, I'll be meeting him. It used to be Burt Prentice. Used to be his wrestling promotion, but he passed away, and then now family's taken. They renamed it the Tennessee Championship Wrestling, and they're bringing in. And
1 second, hold on.
I'm supposed to
be right back.
I'm supposed to meet Scotty Too Hottie this Saturday, in Jackson, Tennessee.
Okay.
Along with Jerry Lawler and one half of PG-13. No, not my cousin. PG-13. Wolfie D.
Yeah.
And
Jacob Fatu is going to be there as well.
Yeah. And this is Wolfie D's first ever wrestling appearance in a long time. Well,
a very long time. I'm a big fan of him from the TNA days when he was in the when he was with Father James Mitchell.
Yeah.
Oh
What was
yeah,
his
I
name?
remember
Slash.
that.
It was like that. What was it?
I think
It was a one name like
some-
that. It was.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with JC Ice though. I mean, or Jamie Dundee. I mean, we haven't seen him
All right, I'm
in
back.
a long time. For one reason, he's in Kentucky, and he just want. I don't.
I apologize
I'm
for
not
the
gonna ruin it.
interruption.
Go ahead. All right. But still, I mean, Jamie Dundee or JC Ice. I mean, I do want to meet PG-13 myself, but technically, JC Ice never shows up in any of the events due to, well, I don't know what his problem is. And I don't know about, Wolfie D. Well, he's been appearing a little bit a lot, but he has to run, but, you know, he has to, what's the word? Be with his family, you know, a lot.
Hey, Ruby Steele's fixing to beat up Vicky Guerrero there for a minute.
Yeah.
All right, catch me up. What's going on?
God, let's see.
Uh-oh.
So back and forth. Seems like Nyla's been in
I see-
control more than the match.
I see Nala's on the top rope. Is that am I with y'all or
Yes,
Yeah,
she's
that's
on the
about
top
right.
rope from my end. Yeah.
okay?
I really hope Ruby wins this one.
Ooh.
I'm totally biased, but Ruby's cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I
I like that a
Ruby.
lot.
I think I don't know how to say
I ain't
this,
gonna lie.
but
Yeah,
Oh, what the heck?
let's go, Ruby.
Was
that was
that
a botch
botch?
right there, wasn't it?
That's a botch. She didn't even touch her.
She didn't even put her foot in her head.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Is she
That didn't
turtle
look
boned?
good.
Or he? I mean, she. I mean,
Oh.
damn it.
No.
I apologize if I
Really?
offended
Aw.
anybody when I said that.
Man. I don't really feel like Nyla should
Look
be
at
going
Vicky-
over
look at
Ruby
Vicky
here.
laughing.
That feels weird to me.
That's that's not a good.
Yeah.
Like Nyla, I really like Nyla as a person. She seems like a very nice person, you know. But her wrestling, like it's
Yeah.
not bad. It's just like fine. But I think there is much better wrestling in AEW. But I think it's just fine. So
They're better than that. They're better than that.
like I get that you're running out of heel. Like there do need to be more heel women. I think.
Got the Gun Club beating up
The ass
Jungle Boy,
boys.
looks like. Yeah.
The ass boys just jumped Junker Boy.
I got to throw him in the snow.
Oh,
Damn. Look at
Pretty
them in the
cold
snow.
Chicago right now,
That's
so.
fucked up. You see, they're gonna run away too. They're gonna run to their fucking car and get the hell out of town.
Sorry about that. I had to listen to the Gun Club.
I'm not gonna let you throw my friend in the snow. We're gonna come back for you next week.
So I'm guessing.
You know, I really
If it,
go ahead, Connor.
so I'm guessing if the match happens, it's going to be CM Punk, MJF in the main event. That's what it seems like if the match is going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's
Yeah,
funny.
that'll
I
be how
think it's
much time you-
hilarious.
You do realize
It's,
it's freezing in Chicago, and that's where Aiden is right now.
well,
It's freezing
I don't
everywhere
live
right
in
now.
Chicago. Right now, I'm at school in Central Illinois.
Well, that's true. Did you guys see that they took their? I mean, they got their shirts off, and it's freezing out there in Chicago, where they are.
It's actually not too cold. It's mostly it was just mostly the snow. It's actually been warmer than it has been a while ago.
Right.
earlier, like 2 days ago, it was like 50 degrees out, which is crazy.
Plus, that was all
Midwest weather, I
shot
tell
at a
ya.
different time.
Mhm.
Well, wait a minute. Oh yeah, you're right. It was shot in a different time because I believe that must be
Midwest
there.
weather is something else. So, but yeah, and the snow, it wasn't as bad as they said it was going to be. We got about, at least where I am, we got like 7 or 8 inches, but people were reporting 22. So,
Oh,
not
Ouch.
I'd rather take the 7. So,
yeah, manageable.
and classes were canceled for tomorrow. I'm living right now. It's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
I
thing
may
I'm
not
not
be
in
going to
school.
work tomorrow, so
Oh, really?
I'm already
Yeah.
off. I'm already off tomorrow from rehab.
you got rehab.
Well, it's not a smoking or drugs or alcohol rehab. It's a socializing rehab. You know what I told you, Connor? Psychological social rehab, or as we call it,
yeah.
PSR.
Yeah.
I had to get out of there tomorrow because I knew it was going to be bad out here too. I know what you guys are thinking, but I don't drink, smoke, or do drugs or any of that stupid shit.
So, question: What do you think about the WWE firing Shane McMahon?
I think, like, I don't think Shane should be an on-screen personality, but
Exactly.
I don't think it's just weird that Vince would do that to his son, but not to Mustafa Ali, who's requesting his release. That kind
Right.
of
Maybe he fired him as a
Yeah.
wrestler.
Did you?
maybe. But I still don't like it.
Yeah.
Like, Shane will be fine, obviously.
Yeah, have you
he has,
guys-
It's stupid shit.
Yeah. By the way, though, has anyone?
I can't
By
lie.
the
It's
way,
stupid
though,
shit.
what was I gonna say? Of WWE? Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, it just seems very weird that Vince would fire his own son.
Right.
Well,
If
actually, as
anything,
they say,
win the news cycle, and people are talking
Yeah.
about it. Wouldn't put it past
Right.
Who knows? We might see Shane McMahon on the
Yeah.
Impact Zone. I've been seeing that going around a lot. Shane McMahon in the Impact Zone. Shane McMahon here. Shane McMahon there. It's been going everywhere.
Since he was the face of the WCW when they were acquired takeover, that he's always going to be
Right.
someone they think if they were to start or acquire another company, it would be a pop, man. It would, like, if
Yeah.
AEW showed up as the figure for a night or something, it would be like, what? People would go crazy.
True.
and
You have
here's
a
another
point.
thing, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. If Shane McMahon tries to buy AEW, well, I know it's not going to happen or never. Just like he did WCW, he'll go. Now I have owned AEW.
I mean, he can't. I mean, he does have He does have. If he wanted to buy it off, I mean, hey, that'd be interesting. But hey, that's not gonna happen. Let's be honest.
By the way, though,
But-
has anyone heard of?
But if it was possible, think about that. Think about the monopoly.
Ooh,
There's no monopoly if that happens.
if it
So
ever
maybe
happens.
this is. Oh,
I wasn't picking my nose, Eddie. I didn't mean it. I wasn't picking my nose. I just did like this, like this. See, nothing. Not picking my nose or anything.
Oh man. Okay.
Wait, Murph. I think Shane should sign with Lucha Underground. Lucha Underground's been out of business for a couple of years now.
Agree. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, we know. Yeah.
Well, maybe MLW, who's bringing back a version of kind of Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
What are they calling it? Aztec Underground. So
But honestly speaking, how long do you think that will
Yeah.
last, though?
probably not long. Nothing in MLW lasts too long.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
mean,
I think they could put on some good shows, but they only have a handful that's really long-term roster members. A lot of people do a show or two, and then they're kind of gone from there.
Exactly.
It's more like a big indie, but they do some TV from time to time.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point.
Oh, come on. I wasn't picking my nose any, I swear.
Stop picking your nose.
I wasn't picking
Okay,
my
they're telling you to stop picking your nose. So if you're picking your nose, stop doing it.
I wasn't picking my nose any, I swear. I swear on my grandfather's grave.
They're fucking with you, man. They're messing with you, dude. Don't fall into it.
I know. But anyway,
Just
has anyone anyway,
Take the Snake
I gotta-
Roberts out.
well, has anyone heard that Mr. McMahon's or Vince McMahon's mother died this week or last week?
Yeah, I heard
Mr.
about that.
Yeah, I heard
Mr.
about that.
McMahon.
Let me rephrase that. Mr. Mac.
No, you said it right. You
Man.
said it right.
That sounds
Mr. McMahon's mother
But we got
passed away.
Brawl. Got Hangman and Lance
At
Archer
101.
going at it.
Oh yeah, there we go. On the. Oh.
oh boy.
Oh,
Not
it's
There's some
good.
cowboy shit
Oh,
going
no.
down
Oh,
right
no.
now.
Oh no! Look
It's gonna get down
out!
Yeah. It's
Man, I'm so
time.
glad
It's time for
AEW
them to
does
pay
not
the
book their
piper.
babyface
Time for
champion
him to
like
pay
a-
the. Oh,
like an
okay.
idiot.
Now we see what's going on. We see what's going down.
Oh no!
Oh.
I think there's going to be a Texas death match. I just know it.
Yeah, I think that was already confirmed.
Yeah. I guess in Terry Funk kind of feel. It's kind of Terry Funk feel of it.
Well, they
Really,
did say
it's
about
been-
Texas
oh,
death
If
match.
you don't know what that is,
Kevin Owens said
research.
last week.
Oh my.
Lance Archer putting
Good
through the
table.
table.
He's like, everybody dies. That's gonna prove it.
I want AEW to sign Hulk Hogan or Randy. Hulk Hogan, I don't think anyone's going to sign him. And Randy Savage has been dead for years.
Man, fuck Hulk Hogan.
Actually, he passed for about 11 years now.
I apologize
Randy Savage, I
if
think
you
it
don't. I apologize if I offended anybody when I said that, but I stand by what I said.
Yeah. So we're getting
Well, Chris
Hangman and
Jericho-
Lance Archer. We're getting Hangman and Lance Archer for the World Championship next week. That's what it's looking like.
We're going to find out.
This is such a horrible build to it, though. It's a sucky build,
Wait,
but
for what?
I'm not
What you
arguing
saying?
with it. And then
Wait.
Chris Jericho looking like an old fucking piece of. Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's like an old rock star. He's like an old rock star trying to reclaim his glory. Excuse me.
That's fair. I really hope that he faces Eddie Kingston, and I do think that Eddie should go over.
Now, don't get me wrong. I totally dig Chris Jericho, but I think that what he's doing now, he's like the guy who still has it, and that's what he's doing. I mean, I can't deny. I mean, as far as hockey, he can beat me in hockey. I don't know shit about hockey.
Well, we got ourselves I'm not going to spoil it, but never mind. Oh.
He's like he's totally 80s. Like he's still stuck in. He's picked out a white snake. Like somebody put him out a white snake, and just decided to say,
Yeah.
"Hey, you're gonna be a wrestler." I'm
I
saying.
think Ricky
though.
Starks and Jay Lethal will be fun.
Jay Lethal versus well, I'm not going to never mind.
That's why he's pissed off because Jay Lethal can do it better.
I'm at least glad that Jay Lethal's getting on TV a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
It was really
He
weird.
deserves it, man. I mean, it's a long time coming.
It was really weird to me. He debuted, lost to Sammy, and then he was put in that Dynamite Diamond Battle Royale, and then he got eliminated by Matt Hardy. That was really weird to me. Like, Getting eliminated
Yeah.
from like being in the battle royale, that's weird. Getting eliminated by Matt Hardy, who is not protected at all, that's even worse.
Oh no!
But-
I'm sorry.
But at the same time, I mean, if you're gonna be eliminated, you're gonna be eliminated by one of the best. I mean,
Yeah, but it's not. I agree, Matt Hardy is great, but at the same time,
I
like,
do
he's
see what you're saying though. But
He's
it's
just like
not.
it's
It's
just
not
he hasn't
really
been protected
about
or anything. He hasn't been portrayed as a huge star
right.
in AEW.
All right, here we go. MJF and CM Punk, the best wrestler in the world. MJF. Meant to say.
Right now, it's going down.
It's
I got the
early.
shirt
yeah.
on. I got the shirt
Yeah,
to
it's
prove
on.
He
it.
should do. Look at this damn strut. He do a goddamn strut. You know, Double J, motherfucker.
Oh, it took the guy's sign.
And
Shout out
shred
to
it.
Chris, man. He's not Double J. He's ripping off people. I see you. I see what you're saying, Chris.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jacobs.
Man,
Yeah, no, it's pretty awesome though.
Yeah, I just wish. I just hope CM Punk beats the living hell out of MJF. I'm tired of him. He ain't nothing but a piece of you know what. Well, you know
What?
what?
No,
screw
apparently
it.
he has a payroll. He has a payroll, so he's not
What else do they
alone.
have
You know
scheduled
that.
for this Dynamite? Because it's only 8:14. This is the last thing I remember them really advertising. They already did the Kings of the Black Throne. They're
They're either giving us a lot of time or something's happening, and there's going to be a lot more to the show.
Yeah, I mean, they said it was the
MJF
main
could just be
event, and this match
Like
should only have a
MJF could
20-minute
just be a
time limit.
5-on-1 match.
Something huge is happening, I think.
Yeah, something.
Would
We
you like to
don't
see
know.
that, Chris? It's going to be the Pinnacle
What?
versus MJF 5-on-1, or you could
Oh.
just throw Tully Blanchard. You could just throw Tully
question.
Blanchard in there and make it 6-on-1.
Oh God, please don't let that happen. I mean, I
I
want to
hope
make
it
sure
happens.
this match, and I hope this match stays fair and square. I'm not a big fan of MJF. Hell, I'm not even a big fan of the Pinnacle.
Well, it's not going to be fair with MJF in any match. So
Yeah.
But all I just want is MJF to lose one match on Dynamite Rampage. I don't care. No, but not
Well,
on pay-per-view because
he
we already
actually
know he
did
already
lose
lost.
against Sean. He actually did lose against Sean Dean.
But that doesn't count because it was disqualification.
I mean, it's on his record.
Yeah,
It's
still on the
you
record
know,
books.
it's a record books. I mean, come on.
Somebody has got to get MJF, or technically defeat MJF once and for all. He ain't nothing but Tony Khan's boy.
Well, I mean, you can't like go and just
I'm gonna call
defeat
him.
him every
Okay.
single time. You know, I think he's going to be probably the biggest star in AEW once he's holding the championship. He's going to be like a Ric Flair type figure. There's already so many stories built around him and the Pillars, and then even him and Mox, him and just everyone else. And there's also such a character that he just feels like he's a natural with the title. So I feel like he's going to be one of those people who regains the title many times.
Well, to
Like
others,
him,
Let him get comfortable, and then he'll get his ass beat.
Mm-hmm. Like him and Sammy already has a story, like already has seeds for a story planted with the world title. Him and Jungle Boy, him and Darby especially. I think that when MJF eventually wins the world title, I think Darby's taking it off of him. So, you know, I think there's just so many perfect stories already set up.
Yeah.
well,
True enough. I mean, you don't need storytelling right there. It's exactly what he said.
Question.
It's already set up.
I got a question for you, Chris.
Shoot.
What if MJF was homeless, didn't have nowhere to stay, and he happened to come to you? It was on your doorstep. Would you allow him to stay with you?
Oh, good question. Good question.
I mean, come on, the guy's homeless. He doesn't have a place to live, and he comes to you out of all people.
Man, that's a tough question I have to answer.
You had to do the right
I don't
thing,
know.
though, don't you?
Well, I do want to do the right thing, but he's just trying to. I don't know. Oh, there's Kip Sabian again in a box mask.
We got CM Punk coming out right now.
I am. Look, I don't
Think
know.
about
Connor.
think about your answer.
Yeah. what time is it? It's 8:18 on my end. This is the last match, so something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
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 Something's real fishy about this.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Kip
indeed.
Sabian.
I'll be
Yeah,
right
the
back,
box match.
guys.
What are your guys' thoughts on Kip Sabian just sitting in the just this always at ringside? Where do you think the story's going?
I don't know. Something's up with him though. He's trying to
I know on
do
the
something.
I know on the box thing that he's wearing it says underrated over it or something like that.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's going to be part of his new character or whatever, but
Gimmick.
yeah, he's always been one of my favorite wrestlers ever since he's got signed to AEW. But I know he got injured a while back, and it's been over a year now. So I don't know. Maybe this could be part of his new gimmick. Or
What about you,
Let's
Bill? Do you
find
have any
out,
ideas
though.
where he's going with it?
I don't know. He hasn't shown his face though. I think I know what's going to happen since he's been in the attendance for the past few weeks. I think I'll say this. I think he's going to screw CM Punk out of the match. I'm thinking.
That's a hot take.
Yeah.
What? Because
These are doing something.
Mhm.
yeah, and CM Punk's gonna be like, "I don't even know you, kid."
Yeah, like, who are you?
No, like interaction or anything.
Yeah. CM Punk will be like, if he's in a ring with Kip Sabian, he'll be like, I don't know you, kid. If that was him on. Oh. I think you're right, Tom.
MJF is
Something's
hurt.
going to happen.
MJF can't compete. He's injured. He's
Well,
got
he
a
is
family
competing.
emergency. He's got a family
Yeah, right.
emergency.
Well, let's find out, though, to see if MJF is better than CM Punk, or is he just a, I hate to say this on live
He
YouTube,
go straight to the
a
ropes.
wuss.
I wonder how MJF, like the real MJF, really just feels right now, because we know he really likes Punk, and he has the picture of young MJF and Punk. I wonder just how insane it feels to be able to wrestle like one of your childhood heroes.
But
Now that's funny
surreal.
right there.
Who's this? What's that sound?
What sound? Is it my end? My TV's already turned down.
No, it was on. Chris War was on TV. I don't know what that was.
I don't see Kip Sabian. He was in the front row, but now he's out.
All right, I'm back. I apologize.
Great.
So catch me up.
Well, MJF
I see
fired
that
the first-
CM Punk is. Go ahead.
Well, MJF fired the first shot. Oh no, not again.
I see that CM Punk is they're fighting out of the ring right now. Am I synced up?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the
Yeah,
ring on
you
my
are.
end. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Well, they're fighting almost all. I don't know if I should spoil it, but it looks like they're fighting.
They're by the
through the-
guardrails,
Brock
and the
Lesnar guy?
referee's right there, and the referee's like, "What the hell's going on?"
Brock Lesnar guy is there, that one dude who always wears the same.
Oh, they're
shirt
going
every
back into the
wrestling
crowd. They're going back into the
I
crowd.
love that guy.
Chicago?
Yeah, he's
Yes.
I might be wrong, but
He's going to keep on running from CM Punk. He's going to stay running from CM Punk.
Indeed. Oh God! Oh!
Look at him! Look at you! Look at you! Look at you! Look at you passed out. Yeah.
Oh
See that?
God, that's gotta hurt.
He's like, all right, you see that?
wrestlers fighting on concrete stairs always scare me. After Samoa Joe jumped from the concrete stairs and just landed on them,
Yes, I remember that.
scares me.
Yeah, it was
He
from
did
Bound for
that.
Glory 4.
No pads, nothing. He just dove. He just said, "Hey, fuck it, I'm
Ow.
gonna go."
Yeah, that's gonna
Ouch.
hurt.
Yeah. Oh,
Chris, do the right thing. Let him just stay at your house. He might steal something, but just go on with it. From Lake Murphy.
Hmm.
Oh,
That was question to Chris. That's not gonna answer.
Oh, he threw MJF right off the guardrail.
I love it. I love that stuff, man.
Personally, for me, I feel like it would be really cool to be in the crowd when that's happening, but like fighting in the crowds never really makes for great TV because it's hard to see
It can make for a
everything.
fun live event,
True.
but
True enough.
it doesn't come across quite as good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like in the pandemic era when there was no fans, that could have worked because there's no one there. So
I love how he wipes his foot on the he wipes his feet on the ring to show respect for people that have been in there.
Mhm.
Yeah. But still, let me see if there's anything else. Have you guys heard there's a new event of AEW coming to Boston, Massachusetts?
No, I
Yeah,
haven't seen that. That's pretty cool.
No,
at the
Well,
like Agans Arena.
yeah. So technically, as of right now, the most recent event they got is in New Orleans because it's on April 13th. We don't know if they're going to be there yet due to they have postponed it at least, I believe, 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And who knows? They might postpone it again.
Oh, Bill. Bill, do you plan on going to the Impact tapings in Kentucky?
I do. I just saw I was scouting out that arena because I've obviously never been there. I've only been to the Davis Arena where OVW is previously. So I am planning to go to Kentucky because it's about a 9-hour car ride. So it's a doable car ride. So I'll plan to hit those tapings.
If you don't mind me asking, where do you live?
I'm outside of Philadelphia, so got to go across PA, Ohio, and then into Kentucky.
Question. I have a question. Has anybody ever told you that you sound like Bubba the Love Sponge?
That's the first I heard of that.
Okay.
Unless you're on a radio show.
Well, the reason I'm asking that is because I plan on going to the Impact tapings in Kentucky.
I would think a lot of the people in Nashville might be there because there seems to be that. It's not too far, right?
Yeah, I live in Olive Branch, Mississippi, close to Memphis, Tennessee area, but it's only like 3 hours from Nashville.
Oh yeah.
4 hours on my end.
I have a TNA question now. As far as TNA. Where did you see it going down? Now, was it when Hogan came up? Was when Hogan came around? Was it when Dixie Carter took over? Jarrett? I mean, to you,
TNA, I thought was always on that upswing. Obviously, through 2009, 2010, when they brought in Hogan, like they were at a high level, and Hogan. It got them even higher. Like they went up even more with Hogan. But then during the Hogan era, still on Spike, they were doing the best they did. Then they went head to head with Raw for a bit. That's probably where they made the mistake going against Raw. They did their best episode ever, like ratings wise. They had like over 2 million viewers. But then it started going down after that. But then it took a couple years. It was more TV deals, like when they started changing from Destination America, the Pop TV, and you just started losing people. And then you were cutting budgets and stuff. So that was really it was the TV deals that really caused talent to leave and got it down until where it is now, where Anthem has been able to bring it back up again.
Yeah,
get more stability.
Yeah. Is it true that or like Impact owns the network, or
the Impact's parent company is Anthem out of Canada, and they own Access TV. So the great thing about that is you don't have to worry about being canceled or anything because they own the network. It's their highest rated show on the network.
It's a corporation.
They were still doing well on Spike TV, but they didn't want wrestling on the channel at that point. They're like, we can do other things that don't cost as much money. That's the risk on TV.
Yeah.
They didn't have the advertisers.
I was just curious about that because I've seen a lot of people talk about that on social media. I didn't know if it was actually true or not, but
it is. Yeah, they do own, like Anthem owns a handful of networks, including Access TV. Also, like in Canada, like Fight. What is it? Yeah, it's Fight TV in Canada, not to be confused with the fight that airs on like pay-per-view shows.
Yeah. But I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to go to both days in Kentucky, but I plan on definitely going for the what's
pay-per-view tonight
special
instead of the TV. What is which one are they doing? They're doing No Surrender in New Orleans, and then are they doing Sacrifice?
Yeah, I think it's Sacrifice in Kentucky on Saturday. Then on Sunday they're doing an Impact taping. I'm not for sure if I'm going to be able to go to both of them, but definitely that Saturday one I'm hoping to go to.
It should be good. And who knows what'll be going on.
Yeah.
We'll still be heavyweight Ring of Honor, maybe AEW, who knows, New Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, it would make sense to broaden the horizons as far as wrestling as a business.
Oh yeah.
And
no, it almost
for
all the wrestling companies to work together for the most part. Because there really is only so many. Like we're all wrestling fans here. There's still 2 million plus hardcore wrestling fans, but there's not all those casual fans from 20 years ago where it was just cool.
Right.
Wrestling was the cool. That's not what it is for the masses right now. You need
you mean like the Attitude Era?
Yeah.
So do you agree that like the casual wrestling fan like really doesn't exist in this day and age?
Nah, I don't think it does. Now, not
I
like
agree with that.
there isn't casual TV fans anymore with the cord cutting and all
either
that.
you're in or you're out.
It's changed. Like it almost is impossible. But that was a time where like no matter what you were watching, wrestling was kind of crossing over the different wrestlers and stuff, and that's why obviously WWE still brings back The Rock, Cena when you can because they're doing movies like that. I get what they're doing. It makes sense to try to get casuals, but it's so tough to go casual. Yeah,
right.
Because you look at AEW, they're going almost the anti-casual route. They're going for the hard fans. Let's get all the hard.
All they knew was great talent.
Yeah. Go with wrestling matches, talented wrestlers, and you're going to get an audience for that. It's when you try to do both. If you can't do it well, that's when you struggle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You made a great point. Now I feel like they're struggling right now as far as viewership.
They hit, but a lot of times they miss the mark. But then you have to rely on Brock Lesnar, Ronda Rousey, Bad Bunny.
Fumbled.
But those people are what's carrying the product. No one on your roster is for the most part.
Yeah.
But in their eyes, that's not what they want to see. They want to put it. And I think about this. I think about this a lot. They're not writing for people. They're writing for Vince McMahon.
They are.
They're writing to see what he was to say.
And now
they're writing for him.
Like
what about everybody else?
He was in WWE when it was at its peak, but like Vince Russo was writing a TV product, and it went over with casual fans. Like it was crazy. But it
was the first person to say that he doesn't care about wrestling.
No, he doesn't. he was trying to make
about this shit at all.
He was trying to make a TV show.
And at the same time, I dug it because he's being honest.
Yeah.
For once.
I feel like that WWE is trying to target a younger fan base. Like
for sure.
Yeah.
Like they are not like AEW for all the positives, they're not targeting kids. Impact, they're not targeting kids. New Japan, no.
Right.
The only company really targeting kids, which it's cliche, but they are the future, it is WWE. They're going after kids. Probably after that is like luchador Mexican promotions like AAA, CMLL. Like they go after the youth market with like matinee shows and things like that. These other companies, they want, as AEW famously said with Jericho, the demos. They want the people that buy products. WWE still wants the kids to tell their parents to buy the products.
Right. Exactly.
That's a really good pick that I really haven't
I saw that on TV. I want to buy it. I want to go get that for me. I saw that on TV. I want. It's the same thing. Kids,
I just feel like WWE just caters so much to the kids, and they don't care about the actual wrestling casual fan anymore, and that's what turns a lot of
They're
fans
the dollars
away
out of the bill.
nowadays. Yeah.
No, so what they'll
Right,
do is
right.
they'll cater to the kids, but then they think they're throwing the fan a bone when they bring in Brock Lesnar. Because they're
Right.
like,
Yeah.
well, a real wrestling fan or a
They're
fight fan.
actually alienating. They're actually alienating. Excuse me, alienating the real fans of wrestling. They're
They're definitely
taking us out of it.
Won't.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, I know you feel the same way. And like when you see that shit, when you see that shit going down, you're like, come on now. Now I watched the last Royal Rumble and I thought it was bullcrap.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. The whole thing was about Brock Lesnar. The whole thing.
Yeah, it was the show catered around the people they
Exactly.
want to put over.
Exactly. And personally, I think that was catering to a certain demographic. Maybe not me or you or none of us. But I feel like it was done the wrong way.
Yeah, for all we know, it was catered to advertisers that want to see Brock Lesnar
exactly
at the heavy feature.
What?
And they're paying him the money to be the heavy feature.
There you go. There you go.
Did MJF
You're
really
not
just
wrong.
win this?
I like a good.
Oh my God, are you serious?
He got it. He just no way.
Yes.
I don't win.
Wow.
Wow, I did not expect him to not.
How does that even work? He wasn't even holding whatever he was using. He let go. What?
Oh, it's just. Are they going to reverse
Still a
it
lot
now?
of
What
time
the heck?
left.
Oh, they're
They're
going to
gonna reverse
restart the
it.
match or something. That's why they gave it so much time.
No, you cannot do that. The match has ended. The bell rung. You cannot restart the match. MJF won the match. If you restart this match, you are cursed.
Yeah,
no, do not restart this match.
Shenanigans.
No, come on.
Now, were you seeing
MJF
that
had that
during
match.
the move that he was using? That
No, kick out. Yes, kick out. No, come on.
Man, they're doing
Come on,
this
MJF.
shenanigans with MJF a bit too much. They did it with the Jericho match, and now they're doing it with this.
Come on,
I don't agree
come on,
with that.
MJF. Come on.
it's the problem when you book yourself into these matches. You don't want either of them to lose, and you find these kind of cop outs.
Yeah.
Come on,
Man,
MJF.
I don't agree with it. It feels like it's happening too much with MJF too. Like it happened with Moxley when Mox used the paradigm shift.
Yeah.
It happened with Jericho. Like at this point,
Come on, get out.
I'm not buying it anymore. You know.
This match has been a very good match so far, though.
And then, what's been Punk's longest match so far? Has this already surpassed his longest match? Like, I'm trying to remember his longest match. Like, even on a pay-per-view. Like, how long did Darby go? Like, I'm trying to think of a
I'll
long
check that
match.
real quick.
Well,
Because I feel like whenever this ends, if this does go to the time or close to it, this would be his longest match, I'm thinking. Definitely.
Yeah, because it started around 8 o'clock, so it'd be an hour, kind of.
Because I can't imagine he went longer than like 20 minutes, probably, in a match so far.
Well, I got
What have you
myself
guys thought
another.
about the? Yeah,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what have you guys thought about the overall match so far of MJF and Punk?
It's been good. It's obviously that's a little wonky, that the false finish there.
Yeah,
Depending on how the real finish is, it could help redeem it. But if you get like another kind of finish like that to end it, that leaves a bad taste sometimes.
yeah. And it's
Punk's
30
longest match so far has been Punk, Darby, and Sting versus the Pinnacle. But if you want to go by singles, then his longest one is Punk versus Darby.
Okay, that's what I figured was his longest one. Did it say how long it was? How long was that?
It was 16 minutes, 40 seconds.
20 minutes. Okay, all right. That sounds right.
That was a really good match. I thoroughly enjoyed that match. I
Well-
really liked like Punk literally shaking off, not literally, I don't know why I said literally, shaking off the ring rust, like when he hit Darby with that first GTS and Darby falls out of the ring. I thought that was like perfect, you know. I really loved it.
Yeah. And it's only on my end at Central Time. It's only 8:38, so I don't know why they would try to do a finish right there. Like, and the show's not even close to being over, and they would do like MJF
Yeah, I don't
won
know
the match.
what they do.
Yeah, I would have
Like,
And like
just had a
it feels like it's too much time to do a normal segment, you know. It maybe some kind of match that isn't that short, but I don't know what it could be. If they go
Yeah, I
out with an
would've
angle
just-
like when the Pinnacle debuted, that was so cool. I thought that was brilliant, but it's really hard to do that, you know.
yeah.
yeah. I
Here's a
feel that they should just have one finish and that be at the end of the match, not like it's 8, like not even close when the show being over, and they try to do a finish right there. So
you know.
The amount of time left makes me think more that this could end with, who knows, maybe there is a debut that causes like a no finish at the end or a DQ finish if they align with Punk or more likely MJF probably.
I'm trying to think of any free agents who would align themselves with either Punk or MJF.
We got Johnny Gargano.
I don't think Johnny Gargano would. Johnny Gargano's too good of a face to really be with MJF, and I don't think Punk really needs anyone. You know, I think he works best by himself.
Right. But anyway, here's a question though for Bill about a TNA. I remember watching the January 4, 2010 episode of TNA Impact, but also the same night when Hulk Hogan first debuted, it was also WWE's The Return of Bret the Hitman Hart that same night. So, but TNA Impact was on at 7, but Monday Night Raw back then was on at 8. So technically it was an hour ahead. But my question is to you, Bill, and I know you're an Impact Wrestling guy or a TNA guy, whatever you like to call it. What did you? Here's one question though: which one is more, greatest? The Hulk Hogan TNA debut or Bret Hart's WWE return after 13 years?
Well, no, that's definitely big. Like Bret Hart, and I was a Bret Hart fan because he was pretty much like it went from Hogan pretty much to Bret, like Warrior briefly, and then Hart as I was growing up. I was more WCW than WWF, but I watched both and went to both shows. But Bret Hart was like when I was 12, 13, he was the world champion. So it was like that was pretty much my world champion for a lot of the time. So I was a big Bret Hart fan. But growing up before the Attitude Era and everything went mainstream with casuals, wrestling was one man, and his name was Hulk Hogan. He was bigger than wrestling in the 80s. That's what it was. So for the company I was following the most the closely at that time, which was TNA, for them to get Hulk Hogan, I couldn't like. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, why bring him in? Why bring him in?" He is the name. He was the name, and he could still add something at the time. Obviously, hindsight very debatable, but at the time, I think that was for that company just about as big a move as they could have made. It's not quite like bringing like a Cena to a company now, like AEW bringing in John Cena, but it had those vibes back then. Like Bret Hart, huge return after all those years, and he obviously left on very bad terms to come back. But for someone to jump ship to a big company, that's pretty big. Like obviously one of the biggest was him going to WCW originally when he did the NWO angle. That's really what made that era.
Right. Well, I was watching that time though, January 4th. I went back and forth because I can't tell which one to watch the most, the return or the debut. And I just and
that's what people were doing. You're right. Like depending on what was on the screen. Like I think when Hogan was on screen, people were on Hogan. But a lot of the other time, they were probably on WWE. But then what Jeff Hardy made his return again. So like they were all trying to win segments, like 30-minute cycles, like tune our channel. That goes back to the Monday Night Wars. It was like, where do you put these segments to get people? Like right now you see it, who starts the main hours? Like what segment kicks off the show? What hits the 9 o'clock hour or the 8 o'clock hour? Because that's when people tune in.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
They're watching some other show and they're going to check you out for a few minutes and see if you get their attention.
Kip
Indeed.
Sabian is fixing to do something in this match. Yeah, I just seen the camera just put it on him when they.
Anytime they catch him.
Yeah, CM Punk did that suicide dive and then did a good camera shot.
I don't think Sabian's doing anything this match. They already did the.
It's red herring stuff. They're just throwing it out there to make you think you could.
Yeah, I mean, like they already did the thing with MJF and his garrote, so it doesn't really make sense to do it now. I do hope we see Punk hit the Pepsi plunge. Hopefully, this match, I want to see it, but that's wishful thinking.
Yeah, here's another thing though to Bill. We all know that happened, but do you remember January 4th, 1999, when at the same time when Eric Bischoff in WCW Monday Nitro announced that Mick Foley was going to win the WWE Champion for the very first time, and then they switched the channel to WWE Monday Night Raw. And let me tell you, though, I don't know if Eric Bischoff made a mistake or made a huge mistake for the ratings. So,
yeah, because he said, he's going to win the title, and then everyone tuned in to watch him win the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Eric Bischoff tried to do it. He tried to do that on purpose to just tell them the results and to keep watching WCW Nitro. But once you're telling someone that Mick Foley won the championship, a lot of people turned over the channel and it backfired on him.
Yeah. I don't think I understand why he thought that. Was like, oh, well, why watch it? Spoiler. Like, you don't need to watch it now. Yeah. But actually, that meant everybody wants to go see it happen.
Yeah.
Or as they call it, back then they didn't say, spoiler alert!
No.
They
like
just
great time. Like Rick Rude was on 3 shows in 1 week.
It would be
it was like
oh man.
I think it was like in wrestling history, it's like a huge thing. Now Shivani's new graphic novel, Butts and Seats. I still need to buy it. I haven't bought it yet. I have a comic store right next to my dorm, so I need to go buy that. But it's just cool to think like back just now there used to be like actual competition. Like I'm not saying WWE and AEW are not competition, but it's not the same level of competition that WCW and WWE were. And so like obviously I became a wrestling fan in 2014. I did not have anything at all like the Attitude Era, the Monday Night Wars, anything. So I was not even alive then. So
we got so technically we've seen the Monday Night Wars, we've seen the Monday Night Wars 2, well, a little bit, and then back then, well, recently, about 2 years ago, before NXT was moved, it was the Wednesday Night Wars. What could be next?
Wednesday Night Wars, though, those are like not really the same as the Monday Night Wars. I don't think like NXT wasn't going to go out of business. AEW wasn't going to go out of business. There wasn't really a huge threat for any of them. Yeah. It was mostly a thing made up by wrestling fans just to demonstrate their tribalism. That's a hot take, but it's what I like really feel. I think Black and Gold NXT, before they went to try to counter program AEW, it was such a good product.
Yeah. I think CM Punk, I don't know. I'm not trying to spoil anything, but I think CM Punk's probably going to forfeit a little bit since that knee injury.
He's really playing up some injuries right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he should because MJF was going to win anyways.
Oh, no, not again. And I ain't going to spoil it. Just watch and find out. Oh, dang it.
Like right now, MJF is probably, ever since he came to AEW, he's been the best heel in AEW. And in wrestling in general, I think he's been one of the best heels who always stays in character, wrestling conventions, autograph signings.
And he's been doing that. Yeah. I remember him on the Indies before he was really known that well, and he was a complete heel the whole time. Interacting with fans, like buying his T-shirt or an autograph. He'd yell at them, make fun of them.
Yeah,
he has his character worked down, It's so good.
And years ago, you would see heels do their character all the time, and nowadays that's just uncommon. And MJF has brought that back, and that's what I really like about MJF, that he truly plays his character on and off camera, and makes you want to hate him, and makes you want to watch the product.
Well, that's what, and I don't. Well, I'm not trying to look. I don't know about MJF that well, but even though he kicked Cody in the balls area, ever since then I was like, I really hate that no good, most jealous fool.
And that's his job too. Like he wants to make you hate him. So
Indeed.
Yeah, I think it's like I think that heel champions are just fundamentally usually better than face champions. Faces are way better when they're chasing the title rather than when they're champions. Unless there's a few exceptions, like Mox's title run was really good. Hangman's, I'm really enjoying his right now, and it's because I think AEW doesn't really treat their babyface champions like they're not always in peril. They're showing, hey, these guys can actually hold their own. Whereas I feel like with WWE, it's a problem they suffer from is kind of like it feels like they treat their babyface champions kind of like not as well as they should be. Like Big E got beaten a few times, which was I think that decision is kind of messed up.
MJF with a low blow.
All right, so this is definitely going pretty close to the distance, it seems like.
Yeah, I bet this is just going till TV time remaining.
Yeah.
That
was a really long main event.
Indeed, longer than. Do we have a long main event before?
Well, I mean,
Or they kick off the shows all the time. The time limit draws.
Yeah.
Well,
that was a long match.
We all know next week.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Connor.
I've been meaning to ask, which one did you guys prefer? Did you prefer Hangman versus Danielson 1 or 2?
Ooh, good one.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Probably
I'd say 2.
I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go with a finish, so I'll go 2.
Yeah.
I also agree. I go 2 as well.
I don't know.
If one had a finish, I might go 1. I have to go with a finish.
Yeah. I like both of them, but it's just hard to choose between 1 or 2. I like 2 better because, I mean, you got an actual winner, but both matches were great.
Mr. Jacobs, we can't hear you.
I think what's great about Hangman as champion is people kind of underestimate his abilities. They'll talk about the Kenny Omegas, the Bryan Danielsons, and they'll be like, oh, this is a dream match. But then they go against Hangman, and then it always feels like it's just surprising how great the match is, because I feel like people kind of sleep on Hangman's ability. But unless that's maybe just me, but because I'm never imagining I can't wait for Hangman versus this person, But it's very nice to see oh man, these people are putting on such great matches with Hangman.
So now it's Hangman versus the Murder Hawk. Is that right? Murder Hawk Monster or Murder Hawk?
Yep. Murder Hawk Monster. I'm excited for that.
In a Texas death match.
A lot of times death matches aren't a lot of people's thing, and I think that's totally understandable. But I think that's fun,
And is this the first title match with a stipulation, not the Texas death match? I mean, with a match stipulation. Oh wait, no, we have the exploding barbed wire match.
Yeah,
forgot about that.
Yeah,
man,
the match was good up until the end.
I really wish that finish just didn't.
Yeah, I was there for that one, and that was that ending.
That was one of the few pay-per-views that I actually got one of my friends to watch, and then the ending comes, and they're like, "Aiden, what was that?" And I was like, "I'm so sorry."
Yeah, yeah. Me and Connor were watching it though on his house though, and let me tell you, It was a great match until the end, and let me tell you, it didn't do good.
That was just really
it took a
embarrassing.
really good match and an ending that just that's the
Yeah.
risk in all these. You can
Yeah.
have a great match, but the ending, if you
Yeah,
can't
that's what they
Could-
handle it, it's oof.
Yeah, like the match itself was good up until the finish, but sometimes the finish just outdoes the entire match, you know. Because
Yeah,
the
like
finish is
when
really,
you can go buy a
Yeah.
pack of sparklers and get a better explosion.
yeah.
Not good.
Yeah, that would.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
it's kind of like the Joker. Just if you look at the memes, the Joker just explode, but except he didn't really explode, just explode like sparklers everywhere. Next thing you know, that just it's shit out of luck.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know,
he's
Connor.
biting
You might have seen.
CM Punk.
like
Ah!
what hurt most is that Eddie Kingston like sold it, and I was
Yeah.
like,
And
I was like, I
even
saw it
worse.
happen,
It's like
and then I was like, Eddie, please don't
What's
sell it, and then he
going on?
sold it, and I'm just like, no.
Oh! I think that was a. I think. Oh my. Oh god. I ain't gonna spoil it, but you guys have got to watch this move right here.
Oh.
That is a pipe bomb of the century.
Oh wow. Uh-oh. Oh.
You see it yet?
That did not look good on CM Punk's knee.
But did you see what move that he just did?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, he hit the Pepsi plunge. Oh, I'm so happy, bro. I called it.
It was more like a rip-off. But I like it. He just did like a it looks like a pedigree. A top rope pedigree.
Yeah.
And we still have
CM Punk's
and now
staying all
MJF got out of the
this
ring
match,
again.
definitely. I mean, MJF and CM Punk are definitely putting on a good match. Didn't really care for that mid-match finish, I guess you would say, but overall, this match has been very good.
Oh boy.
Is that a referee
boy.
shirt under the ring?
It looks like it. Tombstone! Oh no!
And whose title belt is in the middle of the...
Ouch.
Or I guess it's a title belt.
Come on, Sting! Come on, let's go! Come on, Punk! Come on!
I really hope Punk wins this one. My fantasy booking for the AEW title is Hangman has it, and then it goes to Cody, then to Punk, and then to MJF. So I think if Punk wins here, it'll be some good callbacks to when MJF eventually beats Punk for the title.
Come on, MJF.
Oh, come on! Well, there. Oh, great.
Come on, MJF. Come on.
Oh, that was
Get
a nice roundhouse.
Get up. I'm just standing there. Get up. Oh man, come on.
This is not good.
Yes.
Good. Come on, Punk, do it. Wait a minute.
But I feel like if MJF wins this match, this is the road to him becoming the world champion.
I agree with
He's
that.
beat.
I don't know. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, come on! Come on, that ain't fair. He just let
What were you
down the
saying,
ring
Connor?
like he's exhausted. That's it.
I was saying that he's already beat Cody. He's beaten Sammy.
Oh no,
he's beaten,
no.
Darby.
Yeah, he's beat Darby. He's beaten so many big names.
He's beating Jungle Boy. He's beating all the pillars.
Yeah. So if he beats CM Punk, it's basically his road to becoming world champion. If he wins. If he doesn't win, then here comes Wardlow.
Oh god, here we go. If Wardlow
Now,
interferes in this match,
Wardlow,
not
you do the
gonna
right
like it.
thing. MJF has
I
been
don't
by
think-
your side this whole time. You would be
Could you
indicted with that
imagine
MJF.
if Wardlow just rolls him back into the ring?
That's what I feel like it's going to happen.
it's CM.
Come on.
If Wardlow hits CM Punk this match, oh no.
You got to work with MJF. You can't turn on him now. You should have done that last week. It's too late now. You got to help him.
Wardlow's going to be such a
on.
good babyface once he eventually turns.
Come on. Now what are you going to do? Moving? I'm confused.
I don't know. Wait a minute. Oh no. I know what MJF's got. He's got that damn ring. He's got it. Oh no!
I'm confused. He's just staring CM Punk down. Come on, MJF. I wonder what's fixing to happen.
Oh, come on! Come on! Come on!
Come on, MJF. Get the pin. Come on. Come on. Come on, MJF. Quit going slow. All right. 1. Yes.
Oh, man. Is this really going to be Punk's first loss?
The fans
I
are
don't like that booking,
flipping out.
honestly.
Wardlow, did you make the right decision or not?
No, I'm not a huge fan of that booking right there.
That was a good match. I know Chris is mad.
Clean, that's for sure.
I know Chris is mad now.
I'm surprised the Chicago crowd's not going crazier right now. I think they're just stunned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would figure they're kind of silent. This crowd has not been too loud this entire episode. It feels like when Punk first came out, they were pretty good, but it hasn't really felt like. Maybe I'm just having a bad memory right now, but I don't know. It just feels like they haven't been as active as they normally are. Unless
The
that's
fans
just
are
me.
flipping off, and the fans are flipping off MJF now. What is Wardlow going to do? He's getting in the ring. Uh-oh.
Now he has a bragging right. Did it in Chicago.
Then in his own hometown.
I think partly the crowd, that false finish earlier, they're like, wait, this isn't the ending. There's got to be something else, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. MJF
I don't
beat
think-
CM Punk 2 times tonight.
I don't know how I feel
That
about
was
that
not
booking.
fair for MJF to get the ring out of Wardlow's back pocket. I don't know.
Wow.
I'm
What was
sorry.
that was pretty awesome.
That was controversial. That was the Chicago. There was a Chicago screw job for CM Punk.
I don't know. I feel like that's just really weird booking, you know? Like, why do the fake out at the beginning if MJF's just going to win it at the end, I think.
Yeah.
That
I have to agree with that. Yeah.
I don't agree with that at all.
You don't think that's a weird booking decision?
You think you bent the ring, MJF? I know what you did, and I know what you're doing. And plus, that's not even you right now, because you're already celebrating in the ring, and I believe this is a fake MJF account, I'll tell you that.
I do hope that this leads to us getting like a heel CM Punk though, because like the babyface train has it's been running out of steam slowly.
Yes, well, I don't agree with you there, Aiden. I'm sorry, but
You don't agree with that?
it's just that I just can't stand MJF though. He has beaten everyone, and I can't stand it though. See, because you know what? I don't know what to say. I know some of y'all are fixing to leave and all that. But anyway, since now the show's over with though, Connor, am I free to go like you wanted?
I'm just gonna close the show out.
Before you do,
what did you guys?
Sorry,
So, what did you guys think of the show overall tonight, from top to bottom?
For me, I thought there were some questions. I thought it was weird Nyla Rose going over Ruby. I personally am not a huge fan of that.
Yeah.
I'm also not a fan of the match continuing and then MJF just winning again. I feel like that's
Yeah,
really
I agree
weird.
with that.
But
Indeed.
there were some good developments. And it was also weird having Dan Lambert on twice, and then also
Screw
Brandy
MJF.
Rhodes.
Screw you. Sorry, go ahead.
And-
Go ahead. My bad.
I'm fine with Brandy Rhodes. I'm not as anti Brandy Rhodes as a lot of other people are, but that crowd did not want her there. So,
Yeah.
but
I would
I thought
probably
it was
give
a fine
tonight's show.
episode.
Yeah, I'd give it a C plus or B. Um, I don't know. It wasn't overall one of their best shows I've ever done, but I
I'm
enjoyed
very
a lot of their
picky
matches.
about my wrestling. So,
Yeah.
what about all you guys?
Well, first off, I ought to give the show an A, but the MJF and CM Punk match, technically at the end and only at the end, I ought to give it an F
Yeah.
because that was the screw job.
Yeah.
Mr. Jacobs and Bill, what about you guys?
Well, I think Mr. Jacobs, his audio is
Having some,
going right now.
I think he's having some audio difficulties.
Well,
anyway,
I thought it was a overall pretty good show. Probably because I can't I agree. The bookings made it a little off.
Yeah.
Because overall, the main event it was a pretty good match. But that false finish, the ending didn't surprise me, so I'm not even going to take too many points away from it because I knew they wouldn't have a clean finish. They wouldn't do it on TV and do a clean finish. So I'll give it the Ruby Riott thing. That might even be more the surprise of the night. I just wonder what her future is here because it seems like she's just that's another Chicago native too. It's a tough night for the locals. But I thought the first half, the matches were really good. Dan Lambert, I got a kick out of Dan Lambert in TNA. Maybe it's just I think maybe the shtick's just old at this point. For him to be on twice, that's shocking. I don't know why they went to that well, like that nobody else can cut a promo. You got a old Dan here. So I put in that somewhere in that B range. There's been better. Overall, though, there was potential for it to be an A show. Few changes could have done an A show, but solid B.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought
oh man, everyone's lagging now.
it was a watchable show. It was definitely a watch show and put on some very good matches. That pretty much does it for tonight's episode or live reaction. Of course, we had the Sabu interview. You guys can go back and watch it after this. We're done with this. And definitely go check out the T&I Total Nonstop Impact podcast. I will have the link in the description. Once this video is done, I'll put it in there. Definitely go check out Bill and the T&I crew. We'll be back here for AEW Rampage this Friday. All right, see you guys.